a bottle of Patron and some lights off. Two red devil looking eyeballs, and I'm finna turn up when the night falls. If you hear a siren, then it's my fault. Jump in my whip, baby, let's ride. We ain't gonna stop at a red light, and I'ma take shots like a Tech 9. It's gonna get live. Here we go, it's about to go down. Let me know, I'ma buy another round. Get low, drop it down to the ground. Oh yeah, wow, shorty make it bounce. Mama see the put cuffs on my cardiac. Took my breath away like a heart attack. And I'ma spend every dime in my money back. Everybody wanna know. If you're ready, let me know. Let's go. If you're ready, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. If you're ready, let me know. Here we go. Let's go. I got a bottle of Grey Goose and ice cubes. Have a drink that'll put me in the right mood. 80 proof's gonna lower my IQ. And I've been the same way since high school. I look shorty right in her brown eyes. She about to take a trip to Cloud 9. I'm the man, baby, I get the crowd hype. I turn the cadence of a hook into a soundbite. Here we go, it's about to go down. Let me know, I'ma buy another round. Get low, drop it down to the ground. Oh yeah, wow, shorty make it bounce. Mama see the put cuffs on my cardiac. Took my breath away like a heart attack. And I'ma spend every dime in my money back. Everybody wanna know. Let's go. If you're ready, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. If you're ready, let me know. Here we go. Let's go. There's been something on my mind and it keeps hurting me. You've been treating me like I have been your enemy. You want something I don't want to have. A million problems inside of my head. This is something I cannot forget. Another one, you're a needle in my.
Weird. I checked it prior to the stream. I thought I saw it bumping around. Now we're good. Well, that was weird. What an intro. What an opening, boys. How's everybody doing, though? I think I got it fixed now. Hello. Check. 1 2 1 2. Just to make sure. I'm not even trusting my OBS. I'm not trusting my OBS. Can you guys hear me now? When you hear the clap, say clap. Maybe. Potentially. Possibly. Are we good? Are we back? Because I'm not trusting OBS, I guess. OBS was like, you're good, fam. And you guys are like, mic off? Hold on. I have to check. Are we good? Clap. All right. Saved. Beautiful. How y'all doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful evening, boys. We got more 5V5 1v1s on the day today. Clap your cheeks, yo. Let's go. Yo, let me get the music back up and running for the day, boys. Hello? Now my music doesn't want to play either. Wait, let me drop the quality of that. Oh, not that low. Just, okay, restart one more time. Now we're good. Yeah, we got more 5V5s on the day today, boys. This time for the region of NA. Cross faction finally enabled this week. Thank you, Blizzard. Yo, Blizzard gods literally answered the call, man. They literally answered not DM, but a tweet. They were like, yo, we'll enable it for war mode next week. And they did it, dude. Yesterday, we're going to start over for the region of EU. And it worked there. And today, we're going to be trying it for the region of NA. Going to be hopping on the second here, boys. Trying to get some more 5V5s up and running as of the day. I'm also still trying to finish up the Duels event that's supposed to be out as of 5. But I was a little bit late on it. This time, it wasn't even a processing thing. This time, just me, man. I was just super late on it. I was trying to figure out the thumbnail, trying to figure out what I wanted to do for it. And Kevin, is you got a group? Hold on. Now we log it on. Yo, Kraken, my man! How you doing, my guy? Yo, can we get a hashtag Kraken in the chat? Showing appreciation for a wonderful, beautiful donation. My man, it's not showing up unless it's swapped to here. Thank you so much with the sticker, my hero. Yo, you're my hero. Thank you so much for the dono. Can we get a hashtag Kraken, boys? Showing appreciation for the wonderful, beautiful dono. Thank you so much. My man, appreciate you. Super stoked. I got to go first. I'm participating. It's such a cool thing to do for the PvP community. Dude, the more people can join in, the better. I have so much fun doing these. But the more people join in on these, the better. Blackout, get all your friends to join in, my guy. 5V5 Duels is super fun, man. It's awesome little camaraderie we get here out of the community. It's been doing this for a while, man. I always try to keep it open to everybody and anybody to try their hand at these. Duels are super fun, man. I think we met so many awesome people in the community doing these duels, man. So many awesome names and faces. Especially great whenever we get some people that are I was gonna say the word repeat offenders, but not really offending anybody, but repeat competitors. The champions, parts of the champions, you know what I mean? The Chicagos of the groups, the Seamarks, the Night Kings, the Kragars, the Taxis, you know what I mean? That's what I like to see, man. The Sojiros of the groups. What else was there? Archie, Chrysler, still miss that boy. I gotta go look at her rank 1 across servers. Yo, mother welcome, my guy, mother welcome. Rank 1 across our cluster servers. Everybody and anybody's welcome to join, man. Anybody and everybody's welcome to join the duels. Dude, should I co-stream these with somebody at some point? Should I try to see if I can maybe get together somebody to co-stream these with? Basically, I'll like stream my side through a Discord so they don't get any delay while streaming to you guys. I think it'd be kind of fun, you know, give it like a whole different atmosphere. Usually I'm just a solo one-man show, but I think that'd be kind of cool to expand to like maybe add somebody else in. +1 in here, +1 in these. This song is a little slow for me, so I'm gonna skip it. Hope you guys don't mind it. We'll get some other tunes up and running. As soon as we get some groups, boys, hit me up in Real ID. I'll be up and running. If y'all want to join 5V5 1v1 Duels, I gotta copy paste the how to join in, how to participate in Glorious Duels. It's easy. Here we go. Is this gonna be? There we go. There we go. I can pin that. Gonna go look at. Hell yeah. Sounds interesting. I think it would be kind of fun. I think it'd be kind of cool. It's not something I do that often, but I think it'd be kind of cool to expand the duels to that. You know what I mean? Adding more people in. Because I think I tried that a while back, but it was with having stream delays, but also with the time we didn't really have like Discord streaming or anything like that. So I had to figure out a way to like stream my footage to them first. With Discord, like the fact that you can stream your gameplay to another person, it makes these kind of things much easier, man. It's like maybe. I'm not against the idea. It doesn't think it'd be kind of cool because I'm thinking from like a community perspective. I think it'd be awesome community-wise to be able to do something like that. Also, by the way, boys, how we doing in groups? This time groups are cross-faction, so if y'all want to advertise that you have a group and you want to get some real ID names in here, Kevin Letter's got a group, my boy. He got a premium group over there. Kevin, by the way, your group could also host Alliance if you have him added on real ID. Or if you host a group like somewhere else. Chicago got a 4 out of 5 on Alliance. Chicago needs a +1. Kevin needs a +1 over on the team Horde. Actually, they got a 5-man. Now they're good. Cross-faction are enabled, boys, so I don't really know. The silence has been broken. The 5 out of 5. Let's go, boys. Yo, Kevin, hit me up as soon as you get your group unlisted for, what's this? Unlisted from LFG, and then we'll be good to go. Yeah? Hell yeah, dude. That's the most fun about 5V5 1v1 DUELS, man. With wait, 4 or 5. Chicago, all good, all good. Chicago, remember, you can invite Hordes into your group if you want to. So if you got somebody on Real ID in your group, it's like, yo, I got a friend on Horde or Alliance or whatever, the more than one can join. But we also, I think over this next week, we will make community tab. We'll make a separate community for EU and NA for the 5V5 1v1 DUELS. And feel free to invite everybody that you know into the community. Got a Horde indeed. Let's go, my guy. Let's go, boys. I love it. They're really gonna add like opportunity for you to make a custom group and add like a ability for you to list that group, like when you list it, to do cross faction and custom. I think it'll be so much more fun because like there's a lot of things you can do in custom with Horde and Alliance, right? I think they have it for like end game content, but you should be able to do it in custom if you really want to as well. Maybe it should be default in custom that you don't invite the Horde and Alliance. But let's say you're like trying to do, would the World Boss work, or does Horde and Alliance still gotta get a separate tag? How does the World Boss work? Is it still like Alliance or Horde tags, or is it like whoever tag? Because I imagine like doing World Boss through custom would be so much easier, or rares through do rares count for cross faction? Like if Horde and Alliance tag a rare, do they still get credit? I think so, right? I think so. But yeah, Kevin, you ready to go? My guy, awesome. Happy to hear that. As soon as Chicago's ready, we'll be good to go, boys. How's everyone doing, by the way, man? Yo, we're waiting for them, what's it? We're all waiting for them, Dragonflight updates, man. We're still waiting for Blizzard to release maybe more talents. I really want Blizzard to release some Dragonflight talents for classes. Either maybe like next week or like over the next few days, man. I'll be very, very happy to see that. Yo, what's up, Jake? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having good on my guy. How you doing, my man? Did I post that on the... Yes, I did. Cool. Sorry, I'm still a little bit behind today with everything I'm doing. I'm a little bit behind today. I'm sorry about that, boys. I didn't get much sleep last night, but when do I ever? I think tonight I have a pretty big video planned, so I'm going to be working on that basically all day. Trying to make sure that I get proper sleep this evening. And then I got an even bigger video afterwards. More of a researchy heavy video that I wanted to put together for a bit, but I just couldn't really get myself to do it yet. Hey, now what's up, man? I'm my guy. I hope you're having a good one, boys. Today is NA Duels, so you guys are more than welcome to join us for the 5V5 1v1 Duels over in the region of NA. Shout me out. What's up, Peyton? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. You're having a good one, my man. It is finally understood why Anduin punched Rathian. I thought maybe it was previous relationship broke up, but no, it is Rathian behind the events of Warlords of Draenor. I mean, Rathian, yeah. I mean, wait, relationship? Have they ever? I don't think they. Never know. Yeah, let's keep it started. Thanks so much, I appreciate ya. All right, how we doing, Chicago? We need one more in Chicago, dude. Alliance or Horde to join Chicago's group. If y'all want to join Horde's group with Chicago, do you still have yours listed in custom PvP? Got a Horde indeed. Awesome. If y'all want to join Chicago's group, boys, we gotta play WoW sometimes. Yeah, you guys, you're more than welcome to join us. We do keys every single weekend or weekday on streams. And with others, we're down to PvP. You guys are more than welcome to join whenever we do like any endgame content stuff, man. Whenever we do like main keys or old keys, you guys are always welcome to join up, man. Always. I still gotta cap out some of my alls this week, but also this week is a Cataclysm Time Walking. And a Ninja, sounding good. Brewmaster, but it won't do well. Dude, if only Brewmaster was actually pretty decent PvP, yeah? There's a 6 Horde that says you can't see Chicago's group under custom IDK. Chicago, how does, okay, so Chicago, there is a Horde that Kevin Landers can give you, but you either have to have them on Real ID or they need to join your group somehow through like RBGs. Chicago, if you list, okay, Listen to this. Kevin in Chicago. So if Chicago lists the group under RBGs, Kevin, tell them the name of the horde. Chicago will list it into RBGs with cross-faction enabled and look for that horde's name. Because don't take any random from RBGs. Sonic Man here. What's up, Sonic Man? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Sean and Najatar. Well, okay, there's that. So Chicago, if you want to list a group in RBGs, that would be a way of going about it. You will be able to get yourself a 5th. Battle.net? Yeah, sound good, Sabaton. Did you add me already? Dial hashtag 1340 if you want to add me, boys. All of you are welcome. I just have probably a full friends list. But yeah. But as soon as Chicago gets a 5th, we'll be good to go, boys. Because Kevin got a 6th. There, again, so chat, what I'm thinking of doing over the next few days. Maybe like over Sunday. Have one coming already? Alright, sound good. That works out then. Yeah, because we'll still rotate groups. It's okay. Kevin, it's all good. Tell Sean that we'll rotate groups anyway, so like we'll be fine, honestly. It'll be okay. But yeah, so I'm thinking over this next few days. You're an A today? It is an A today, boys. Friday for EU, Saturday for NA. Too fast, my man. Yo, you're more than welcome to join us if you're an A. Friday EU and Saturday is an A. You guys are more than welcome to join up. Let's go, a hard game. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. Oh, I also gotta do a thing too. While we're waiting, that's perfect. But over the next few days, boys, I think I'm gonna make a WoW community, and I'll post it on Discord or something. And I think I'll post it maybe on like YouTube ad, like a link to join it. Anybody and everybody's welcome to join the communities tab. Well, I think we'll have one. Do we need to have one for NA, one for EU, or can we just have one for like everybody? How are we gonna have to do that? How are we gonna do that? I think that's something to see. I need to see if the communities are region-based or not. But if the communities are region-based, I'll probably make one for EU, one for NA, and you guys are more than welcome to join either one of those. I guess whichever region you're on, actually. That'll work. So this way, since you guys are part of the same community, then you can invite each other cross-faction, because you can invite each other cross-faction if you use the if you have each other in real ID, or if you sign up with LFG, or if you're part of the same community. So I'm thinking we'll make a 5V5 1v1 dueling community for NA, one for EU, have everybody that wants to participate or is interested in participating join it. So whenever like Chicago puts up a group, they'll say Chicago will type in the community, yo, I got a group. Kind of like, it'll be like right here, right? I have a Raid and Rainbows cross-realm community. So I have some of the Raid and Rainbows, the guildies that are Alliance are in there. And anybody that basically plays Alliance would be in here. So like say doing a key, like if I'm doing a 19 Gambit, I can get some of the Alliance boys in here. I'm like, yo, anyone heal a 19 Gambit? Basically it'd be similar to that, like Chicago Post. Yo, start a group, anybody want in? And you'll be like, yo, invite me. And then Chicago tags you. And it doesn't matter if you're Alliance or Horde, they'll be able to snag you either way. Just making a post on the YouTube and boys while we wait. Chicago, do we have a 5th? Are they still coming? Are they still just taking their sweet time? Because they said you had a 5th. Are they like taking another minute? Because I can wait a little longer if you gotta. Kevin Kevin already has a group. Got 5? Alright. Now we're good. Okay. Was it me waiting too long, or was it you just waiting for them? Was it them taking their time, or was that just me being slow? Kevin Landers. 5. Okay. I think I messed it up. Spectator match. Kevin Landers in Chicago. You've been slow. Click W. Okay, well, I apparently can't spell spectator match either. Chicago. Kevin Landers. Wait, do I have to do capitalized Landers? That might be my problem. Nah, we're in. I think that was the problem. I think that was the problem. Tiger's Peak? Why is the game giving us Tiger's Peak as the first arena? That is not what I wanted. I mean, it's not a bad arena, don't get me wrong, but it's like not amazing either. It's alright, but it's just, it's, yeah. Howdy do? What's up, Ultra? How you doing, my man? First duel of the day, my guy, and you're the first one in for the first NA duel. 5-5. You know, I kind of like the song. Maybe I'll add that in Duels Mix some point. I really like that whole like parody thing about it. I really do, dude. The Corsair in me, the Outlaw in me is just like, oh, this is a bop. The Corsair parody in me is like, yo, what's a bop? Oh, damn, boys. Yeah, let's get another one up and running, yeah? Another 1v1, 5-5 1v1 duel of the day, boys. First one up. Let me get my audio too. Man, dude, I told you guys, I'm a little slow today. I'm a little slow, but once it gets started, we'll be good to go. Fire song is pretty good. Hey, now what's up, Ashy? Switch, switch. We got ourselves together. Oh, God, I did it again, didn't I? We got ourselves team one together with Blackout as an assassination rogue. We got Seaver going to be first up as an Orc Arcane Mage. CBC's over as a, what are you? I can't even tell. You're hugging next to Kevin so closely. Kevin looking like an undead samurai. We got DJ Flex on that team versus Fetty Whopper over for the team one. Looks like he's going to be first up with Power Demon. Wait for the return. Revenant in the back. We got ourselves Septali. Yeah, Septali. Ooh, that looks like Demonic Lily set. Is this Demonic Lily on an alt? And Chicago over for that team. Also, boys, if you're just tuning in, if you're just watching the duel for the first time, you may have noticed there's some alliance, some hordes in here. Cross-faction duels are finally enabled. I don't know if I'll buy this. Maybe by the time I make this video, there may be a link in the description to join the community, the 5-5 dueling community. I think I might start that in the description down below. That would be helpful for getting groups together. Going to be Fatty Whopper trying to see if he might be able to get himself big damage. Want to see what it looks like. That's not an interrupt just yet. See if I try to see if he can go for an invis. Try to see if he can escape. Fatty Whopper does not have an ultra time just yet. He is going to have his mirror images reversed, so he's kind of limited on what he can really do. Might decide to ice block. It is going to be an ice block. Reversing those mirror images by the Smunk was actually a perfect play, putting a lot of pressure onto Seaver because he knows he does not want to get interrupted. Going to be in cap, but the Zoo1 breaks it with Fetty trying to see if he can go for yet another world. Going to be more arcade missiles sent at the Monkus as Seaver trying to see if he might be able to burn through the flesh cap. Seaver is backing up for a moment, but to go for a bit of healing. Looks like he's focused on slowing down Fetty. It is going to be able to burn through a flesh cap fairly easily. Fetty no longer has a big defensive. Is going to have to rotate the rest of his defenses. Got a Karma, but defuse magic a little bit later. Maybe he'll have a Fort Brew. Did mess up his roll with getting rolled into a poly. And that's going to be massive tension magic, big damage. Fetty trying to see if he can pop himself a big defensive fight around the corner. No shadows for Seaver, trying to see if he might be able to close that gap. With Fetty looking to try to see if it might be able to get away from Seavark. Is going to be in cap intro. Lexi BDB is down, does get a big old jab onto Seavark with a Nova to separate the two. Fetty does still get a decent damage. Going to be instant cast for Seavark. Trying to see if it might be able to blast through Fetty. Fetty does have some defenses coming back up. Is going to land an interrupt onto Arcade for Seavark. Intro that shield getting burnt through. Poly coming out by Seavark. Looks like Fetty's just going to let the poly happen. Does go for a trick and right after trying to get a root with the slow onto Seavark as it's going to be re-poly's back for the mage. Does not have a, unless he got a massive miss, I think this man may be limited on what he can really do. In terms of mobility, in terms of survivability, that's going to be Fetty trying to get ready for George to turn around on that altar image. Going to be in cap onto Seavark. Doesn't have enough damage. Seavark goes for the trick and trying to decide, you know what, I need to get a response immediately. Defuse magic for Fetty. He does have so basically almost a magic immunity, but not quite. Another poly coming out by Seavark. It's going to be quick and short. Does Seavark have anything to follow here? Needs, oh, a mad kick by the monk. Taking him down. Those Rise of Sun kicks, if they land a fatty crit, is going to be super, super deadly. I think Seavark played that one as best he could, but I think Fetty was able to get an in cap inside of that burst window with that port. Gonna be massive steps. Oh my god! Oh my goodness! You have Seavark who was trying his very, very hardest, and then a monk came in and just kicked him upside the head. Seavark trying his very, very best, but a monk just beats it. And then Monk tried to do his very, very best. An Assassin Shore got an opener, just beats it. And now it's going to be Revenant, 6 suspense out on the Blackout, and maybe just beats it. It's going to be one of those like cheesy things, isn't it? Looks like Blackout did see a void of ritual from Revenant. Blackout is at low health unless he got some kind of an escape, unless he got an out. Looks like he's going to try to see if he can knife over Revenant with that kill shot. C-Pod is not going to keep you alive here for much longer as Revenant is going to focus it down fast enough in order to take you down. Man, dude, the bursts out of these classes just clapping each other, dude. Oh my goodness. It's almost feels like, man, here's an arcade mage who needs to play perfectly in order to win. Here's an easier playstyle Windwalker monk. Squishy. It does have a skills cap of its own. Not saying it's the easiest class, but easier than an Arcane Mage. And then right afterwards, here's an easy one, Assassin's Rook. Then here's an easy one, Cobra Shot Spam with Beastmaster Hunter. It's just like, man. And then just walking each other, slapping each other down to the ground. Kevin Leonard's getting locked down with the freezing trap back-to-back. Ashley got himself the grippy hand rolling in. It's going to be Chain of Ice locking down Rivendell. Did have to burn a trinket to break out of the frosty trap. That's going to be Chimeric Poison rolling onto Kevin. It's going to reduce some of the damage he does stun. But Rivendell looks like maybe able to get enough pressure here to stun into Rivendell. Kevin Landers turning around. It's going to get himself a big A-bomb. He's limited on the amount of health he got. Kill shots are coming through. It could be the enemy, but Rivendell does get out of there with some kill shots back-to-back, piercing through the Death Knight's chest. DJ Flex rolling up next as a Survival Hunter. Looking for explosive gameplay out here. Flare down. It looks like it's going to be Freezing Trap as it's trying to reposition towards Rivendell. Scared Beast onto the main pet. It's going to be pet sent out onto DJ Flex. He's going to be limited on his pet. Does not have a stun. Does not have a defensive with that pet for a bit. It's going to get a Flame Shot on one of the pets of Rivendell just to make sure the Flame Shot does not get removed with a Feign Death Legendary. Rivendell does go for a Feign Death of his own for just a second. Death Shot can cycle right through DJ Flex. Could be potentially big damage and just continue to hit right through him as physical damage increases. Rivendell and DJ Flex is burning damage to each other. Rivendell might be in bigger trouble, and I think it could be over for Rivendell. DJ Flex just did one more global. Looks like the dots and grenades and Raptor Strikes do finish him off. Turtle Shell immediately as Power Demon charges out, not giving DJ Flex much of an opportunity to really reset. Power Demon should be expecting a Freezing Trap immediately. Looks like that's going to be the demon breaking him out, which is going to be perfect. He has to go for eyes in order to see DJ Flex does scout him out, should be able to hit the pet. And that's going to be him charging out towards DJ and not let him sit in camo for too long. DJ go for the gateway trinket to follow. That's a bit of a cheesy gateway. Does get a root onto Power Demon, and that's going to be a Flame Shot to follow with kill shots back to back. That's going to be a blur up for Power Demon. Could potentially dodge those kill shots, but it's definitely going to reduce the damage and the bleed that goes afterwards. DJ Flex waiting with a Freezing Trap around the corner. Looks like Power Demon is going to break their hand swinging it back. But it is not going to have a demon spawning in this time to break through the Freezing Trap. Immediate imprison onto DJ as he's backing up out of the Power Demon. I think he's trying to see if he can maybe get himself a proper stun. Gonna be a trick and stun on the DJ. It's not a trick and this time around. IU to follow. Could potentially get some damage in. That's gonna be a big old blade dance. Get himself back-to-back procs on damage. One of those fell rushes is gonna be a Freezing Trap on the Power Demon right after. Just tricking into one, it feels like. Good potential meta on top of. Actually, no, he already meted. That's going to be a immunity hour Power Demon with DJ Flex going for Manic Bandages. Power Demon does Flesh Cap for a second, or does Shadow Meld into a Flesh Cap to at least regain his shield. Definitely needs to get a proc of a demon if he wants to survive that. That's a big immunity just out of the game. He needs to get the pet attacked or something. He needs to put some pressure onto the pet, onto the hunter, on anything really, just to get a proc. Is the pet nearby? Did it kill the pet? Or is it going to be... No, the pet is right next to him. Definitely needs to put the pressure into the pet. Definitely needs to put the pressure on the pet. That's an opportunity for a demon to spawn in. If a demon spawns in and you're inside of Metamorphosis when he's slayed, that's a big leech damage, which is a heal, and then also the demon soul that'll keep you alive as well. Stun on DJ Flex. Looks like Power Demon is going to swing around the corner. I-Beam does not get any demon procs at all. It looks like the kill shots are going to take him out. No luck on the demon spawns at all with, I think it's a Sibi. No, it's going to be Chicago up next. Just out in the open, let a DJ Flex get a tag on him. Hanging out by the eyes, most likely it's going to be proactive here, picking him up. And DJ is going to have to play it very, very carefully with Chicago. Chicago has a lot of sustained damage. Any of those LA Blasts could be massive. If they're playing the Chain Lightning or Lightning Bolt build as an Necro Lord, could be a lot of sustained damage, could be a lot of pressure. The Vector could be huge. That's going to be out there, burst on Chicago very, very early. Got himself the Ghost Raptors, so that's going to eat a lot of the traps. The Earth Elemental is also going to eat a lot of the traps. The whole those pets crowding around DJ Flex is going to be perfect. Looks like it's going to be the Muskrat trying to go for a taunt on the Earth Elemental, which is going to separate the Earth away from Chicago. Kill shots are coming through with grades to follow. Chicago just going to get blasted. But it's just waiting out. I think maybe had a Chimeric Poison on him. Maybe that's what they were waiting out. Because it kind of stood there still for a second. Maybe he had the Giga Slow on him. Going to be Steel Trap onto that pet. Looks like the rock is bleeding though. That's going to be potentially the pet almost eating the Freezing Trap, but not quite. Chicago does go for a trinket. Trying to stay aggressive with DJ Flex, but I don't really know if they can really do much about it. Is the pet down for the count for DJ? It is a little Muskrat, so I don't really know where it's at. Maybe he took down and focused on the pet. potentially. He did try to go for a revive pet. Definitely needs to get a freezing trap on Chicago. So that's a player for Chicago to take down the pet. A 9-game Digiflex, hopefully an opportunity to get one back. Looks like it's going to be back out anyway. Trying to see if he can hit it with a Thunderstone. Back on Chicago as the pet is coming back in play. And that's going to be trying to see if he can punish Chicago with a couple of Raptor Strikes. Is going to put him on ice. Just continue the control chain. Either keep on Chicago as he's sitting in the stun, or in the freezing trap, or in the root. Just trying to keep him away from himself. Chicago finally closes the gap. Going to be Flame Shot on Chicago. Definitely needs a little bit of Maelstrom. 25% dampening together with a Mortal Strike effect from DJ. Could be pretty deadly. Chicago does pop off a Aegis Stricken. Then it's going to give him a little bit of a magic protection, but the skill shots are going to be deadly. Big chain over on DJ. Let's go for Feign Death for a second. Another freezing trap on Chicago as they do go for a pre-root. Expect some big damage out of Flex. And Flex could potentially just either dot up Chicago and just wait it out, or just commit damage here, because Chicago is kind of low, but that wall, do you really want to fight it? It's going to be Chicago trying to see if they can potentially maybe swing around the straps, but couldn't quite do it. Digiflex Feigning Death with a man advantage while on the ground, trying to suture up the wounds while he's on the floor. And Chicago is going to have to focus on the pet at some point, or at least get the pet low, so DJ has to pull the pet back. As Flex is going to get him some cooldowns rolling. Stun on Chicago. That's going to be coordinated. So potentially big damage. Mad kill shots back to back. Chicago have the Maelstrom in order to survive it. Thunder onto DJ. Does land the stun. That's going to be a trick out of the Hunter. Chicago super low on health. Do they survive this burst right here though? It looks like the kill shots do go through. With Sebtali going to be the last one left. Versus DJ. Trying to see if they might be able to land those horrific bolts. That's going to be Trinket as they sit in the CC. That's going to be DJ trying to go for a bit of a manic advantage, but looks like the steel trap is going to stop him in place. Trying to mass the spell around the corner. Potentially maybe to get DJ Flex in combat. But DJ is going to just be getting tags onto Sebtali. Just needs to go for grenades, Serpent Stings, and kill shots. That's going to be a lot of physical damage. This is going to tear right through Sebtali. They're definitely going to have to get some kind of CC chain on DJ Flex. It's going to try to get some DPs, but he can just remove all those dots. It's going to be the Shade spawning in for Seb. Needs to make sure they get some line inside of DJ. Letting the Shade channel the damage. Is going to play the Necrolord. That's going to be DJ trying to see if he can reposition. Sebtali could go for a flashback in order to build himself up a shield. It looks like the dots and the pet around the corner should do some damage to DJ, but he's going to turn around offensive onto Sebtali. Could potentially be dispersed. Trying to hold on to disperse the best possible. There goes the flash cut as DJ. You're just going to back up out of there completely to the other side of the pillar. Look at your reposition altogether. Shadow Manza coming out for Sebtali. Kill shots to follow for DJ as they hit him with a stun from a distance. It's going to be DPs getting set up. DJ could remove all those dots. Mad kill shot onto Seb as they go to harpoon him, realize they're already dead. And DJ does take out a 1v4 duels tonight. First 1v4 of the evening. Not quite a 1v5, but could have been pretty close actually. Actually, was it not 1v5? Yes, it was 1v5. Wait, was it? Hold on. Wait, no, there was a monk that killed, then the rogue killed. Yeah, it was a 1v4. I was gonna say maybe the rogue, maybe the seed pod, but that was over there killing the rogue. Damn. Serrano popping, dude. Absolutely pops off. Let's get another up and running, boys, yeah? Another duel up and running for the day. An ASL 140. How many are we at? 145? Yo, we gotta catch up to you, dude. We gotta get 5 of them in there. Kevin, Chicago, let me know when your boys are ready. We'll get another up and running, boys. No, I fix my audio. I can hear when I get invited to the arena, but no other sounds. I would have no idea. I can hear when I get invited to the arena, but no other sounds. Are you sure your sound is on? Because you might not have sound enabled for like ambient and pet noises and all that. You may have like alerts on, like in-game alerts, but you may not have any other sounds enabled, my guy. I would check the sound settings. Ready? Alright, let's get your boys back in here for another 5v5 1v1 duel. Is this still free version? Twitch Lingo is still stuck in Brain Blay? It's still free version? Yeah, Worthless. Yeah, it's like yeah. It still is free. Will it be the hours per second? Okay, it wasn't. With the Shadow Priest cement? Oh, maybe. I think Shadow Priest were definitely one of the harder times against some of the melee classes because they are just all clothy. They take a lot of damage from physical damage. So they just get ripped apart, especially with high dampening and a survival hunter can just remove your dots. A portion of your healing comes from DPs, being able to dish out damage to somebody while Vampiric Embraces on them. But if they can just remove your dots a lot of the time, a lot of that healing kind of just goes out of the window. And the only thing you can really do is try to see if you can lock him down. Duck you again? Aren't you a rogue player? Can watch some rogue content? Riot every other day except for 5v5. I mean, we can see some rogues participating here, yeah? I am a rogue player, but I do play a lot of alts too. Hello, fellas. What's up, my lord? We got more 5-5s on the way. Chicago and Kevin hosting groups. You guys are more than welcome to join up. All right, we go again. I don't know what happened with the last queue, but we'll go again. That one should be good to go. Enough rogue last night. True, we had a lot of rogues last night, dude. We have them Sepsis bursts. We have them outlaw swish. We'll slice and dicing them up, dude. Chopping up these boys like it's nothing. And what else we had? Subtlety. Yeah, we had a Gloosh, which is the Russian word for backwoods, but his name is Gloosh, I guess, is the closest I can do. It's such a hard name to say for somebody who speaks English, though. Gloosh, because it's like G-L-U-S-H. It's like, what the hell? It's like plush, but with a G. I think that's the best way to put it. It's like the word plush. Yeah, plush, but with a G. Gloosh. Close enough, right? Close enough. Or sploosh, but with a G instead of an S. Hunter in balance. Hunter, I feel like their damage is really... Sorry for bumping the mic, by the way. I don't know what kind of a sound that made. Probably made a big old boom. But they are, I'd say, kind of squishy. Feign Death like it's kind of cheesy, but like they kind of have to play it for defensive play, right? Otherwise, they don't really have much of a defense. But they do quite a bit of damage, if anything. Switch. We got ourselves Kevin, gonna be first up over for the team 2. Got ourselves a big AMC dropping down, trying to reduce a lot of the chaos damage out of the Demon Hunter. That's actually a really good defensive now that you don't need an honor talent or a PvP talent. Used to be called honor talents. In order to beef it up, gonna be Darkness down for Power Demon, trying to see if he can take down the Demon of his own. It's gonna be dropping down to the big meta, picking up the soul of the Demon. Got him some 30% damage increase. It's gonna be IBM as well, but he may just go down. There's still a lot of damage coming down to Kevin as he's just clawing him down to the death. That's gonna be stunned though, maybe turning around IBM out of Kevin, trying to see if he can get himself as much healing as possible. Power Demon does go for the AoE stun on all those pets, does deny some of the damage from those the undeads, but Power Demon's behind. Oh, he does need to get himself as much healing as possible. Not playing the leech build though, as a Demon Hunter is gonna set you behind. That's so difficult for 5v5 1v1 duels, because that leech play, those leech talent is just super good. It's gonna be Fetty Whopper up next. Try to see if we might be able to get a root onto Kevin. That's gonna be Swarm join in for Kevin. Might be able to get a pet empowered. It could potentially get himself an army of the dead. Looks like it's exactly what's going to happen. The army of the dead join in. It's going to be a pet empowered. Fly to Kevin. Could potentially be in a bad situation, but looks like Fetty just popped up with a full burst. I think as a Necrolord, right? Just came in, popping off all the bursts in the world with DBZ. Is going to be up next. Sending out the Demon Dog. Is trying to go for a bit of a hand to go down to spawn and even more pets. Zoen was out and he opened for just a second. Potentially could have given him maybe a shot ability for live longer. Gonna be a Fetty trying to go for a flash cap. Does immune that fear completely. It's gonna have himself that bit of that CC immunity for a short amount of time. So he just trying to see if he can be able to pour down. They're gonna be a lockdown with that Fell Lord with the stun out of the pet with the fear to follow. Does get himself full army of the demons. Second stun onto Fetty could potentially be in big trouble. Might have to rotate some defense, and that's gonna be pets swinging behind him around the corner. Trying to go for a bit of spin and crate kick. Karma up. That's gonna be more to call into Fetty. Can't really go anywhere. Kind of bugged out with that Karma. Then it's going to be the pet, the Tyrant, blasted out all the damage into Fetty Whopper while the Karma is on him, trying to reverse a lot of damage to CBZ. Looks he's going to go AoE the pets as best as possible. The pets are actually doing quite a substantial amount of damage. Those Giga Imps and the Demon Doggers are actually going for a big old bite. CBZ might be big in trouble. Oh my god, that crit! What is that burst out of the mug? Stun under Fetty Whopper does not have an out. CBZ is going to back up out of there, trying to go for Demon Bulls. Definitely needs more pets or something. Any mobility whatsoever. Oh my goodness, what was that crit? What was that damage, dude? I don't even understand. Gonna be a Fetty Whopper dropping a BDB on himself, covering himself up in brew, trying to heal himself up to full. Sea Wark swapping out to Sea Dark, trying to see if he can make Shadow Priest work. Is gonna be able to get what looks like maybe potentially a DP onto Fetty, or at least some sort of set of dots. But you'd potentially be able to get some sort of dots and then use Vampiric Embrace to maybe survive the onslaught of Fetty. If he can do it, he might be in a great spot. Does have a lot of CC. That's going to be big PI. That's going to be horror effects on Fetty as he does reverse a lot of the dots back to Seamark. He's going to go get read dots back into Fetty. There's going to be all the pets attacking Fetty with the PI to Seamark. So those pets are going to be highly effective. That's a Kevin Summer around the corner with the mages to the dead. Actually, all doing quite a substantial amount of damage. True of the monk, but actually have to focus down all these pets. Shadow Crasher around the corner. Fetty trying to avoid the pets as best as they can. It's going to be the mages. Is going to be disappearing As Seamark is going to try to see if he can continue the dot chain onto Fetty. He's just trying to heal himself and top himself all behind the pillar. Looks like he should be able to successfully do it while the dampener isn't completely caught up with him. And Fetty trying to get some slows on the Seamark. Big old blackout kick is going to be another void eruption for Seamark. I don't know if it's going to be Megalomania. It may be Megalomania. Looks like one of the horror effects is going to hit Fetty. That's going to be Karma to reverse damage back on the Sea Dark, who did disperse a lot of this damage. Could potentially rotate into Vampiric Embrace. He got himself lots of mobility, lots of damage. It's going to be board for Fetty as he get himself a Fleshcraft around the corner. Shadow Crash is going to puncture into the Fleshcraft, but it is going to be rebuilt by Fetty as it channels on a fully. And Sea Dark is going to get himself the pet joining in with a bit of the damage, a bit of CC from the fear. Try to see if he can catch up on healing. Did he get himself Megalomania falling off just now? It looks like he did. So you no longer have to worry about Megalomania putting himself in a critical situation. Megalomania is going to let you use the Surrender to Madness sound, which lets you move around while casting. Gives you a lot more resource generation for sanity. And gives you Void Eruption immediately. But after a bit of time, it normally kills you. With a Town of Megalomania, it instead reduces it to 30% health. If you're below that, it's a heal to 30. If you're above that, it's damage to bring it down to 30. So it can put you in a tight situation. But as long as you account for it, as long as you watch it out for it, you should be okay. Great Fate for Seamark, trying to see if he can avoid a kick by Fetty. Looks like he's going to go for the gateway just to give himself a little bit of a breakaway. That's going to be Void Eruptions flying into Fetty. It's going to get CC, hit by CC back-to-back. Mind Control onto Fetty. As Sea Dark is just going to put him in the corner. And maybe potentially just going to go for a bit of a reset. Has himself PI back up. Could potentially reverse his PI damage onto Fetty as he got himself a defensive rolling into this one. Got himself the 4 brew. Mind Control again. Looks like Fetty is just going to wait it out. Does Seamark try to use something cheesy with Mind Control there? PI. As Seamark trying to go for a bit of more Megalomania burst. It's going to be more horror effects onto Fetty. Just continues to CC back to back. As Seamark finally got an opportunity to be able to cast while moving. It's going to be dispersed. As Fetty got himself the Karma with Big Fist of Fury. It's going to be the pet stunned for a second. But Seamark definitely needs to get the pest to start attacking Fetty as soon as possible. Stun onto the Monk. Potentially could get a lot of damage. It's going to be VT up and running. Going to get disrupted on Shadow. Could be really bad for Sea Dark. Does himself the Greater Fate going back up very, very soon. Using Greater Fate to hopefully break away from Fetty. It's going to go for that Karma. Oh, not Karma, but it's going to go for that Mind Control while the Megalomania is going to proc on him. It's going to go for a Flesh Cow, but does disrupt it as expected an interrupt out of Fetty. Let's see if I can have any more survivability here. Got himself a shield. Shadow Man's the only thing that's really keeping him alive. With Mind Control potentially to maybe walk the Monk away from him. Possibly does get himself the not Megalomania, but does himself Empirical Brace, but it's gonna be Fetty taken down. I think that might have been a touch of death to the very end. Just laying him jelly down onto the ground. But as a Shadow Priest versus a Monk, I think it's a pretty tough matchup, honestly. Digiflex swinging around, getting those Serpent Sting dots rolling onto Fetty. Letting the grenades, the shrapnel explode, busting through the Flashcraft shield. Pet stuns him around the corner and hits him, keeps him in place. That's going to be Digiflex unloading the most amount of damage. It's going to be Fetty yanking the weapon away from DJ. But there's not much you can really do. DJ does not really need a weapon in order to be able to do some of the damage. Dropping down Freezer Trap, letting it slip from under the feet of Fetty with a big old kill shot, just taking him out. Just absolutely punctured the lower jaw of the Monk, taking him out in a single go. As Remedier is going to get aggressive with DJ, immediate stun. That's going to get the Death Chakram rolling in. DJ going in for the Fate Death. The Fett should potentially have an explosive effect on him either way. Maybe not, but it looks like DJ was able to avoid the explosive damage of the Chakram from the Necrolord Legendary. Revenant continued to push in. Big kill shots onto Revenant. Immediately goes for Feign Death as soon as he gets hit by the kill shot. Should be able to remove the bleed as well. It looks like he's going to go for a freezing trap on the DJ just to get a bit of a reset. Looking for a bit of a re-go. Definitely needs to get himself max range with DJ, but DJ being a hunter, while he can wrap or Cobra Shot, not Cobra Shot, while he can Raptor Strike Revenant from 40 yards away, he can use majority of his other abilities from 40 yards. So even max ranging a survival hunter, I don't even know if that really does anything. Going to be a Revenant tagging the pet of or DJ tagging the pet of Revenant with a flake shot so he can get kill shots. This way, if you flake shot the hunter and you feign death, you don't remove the flake shot. He's still taking on the pet, so he's still getting his kill shots. Revenant potentially could have big damage towards DJ. DJ going for a turtle shell. Revenant could still be in trouble if DJ can somehow recover. Trying to go for Manic Bandage immediately, but he's not getting that much healing. 80% dampening, really denying him a lot of the healing. Gonna be a pet sack on the Revenant for a second. The pet sack or Master Scholar just keep moving. Steel trap on one of the pets, trying to go for Scare Beast on a BM Hunter pets. It's gonna be DJ feign death for a second. Blade shot into the bed, needs to get the kill shot procs if possible. It's gonna be feign death for Revendare for a second. DJ has super low health, trying to see if he can get Revendare low, trying to charge in, stun to DJ Flex. I think it might be over. It looks like Revendare does get that kill shot with a Bestial Wrath rolling in. That stun to lock down the Hunter. Unless you got a trinket, there's nothing you can do about it. With Blackout trying to see if he can charge out versus Revendare. Looks like none of the pets of Revendare have any dots on him. Blackout is basically on top of Revendare, but he doesn't realize it. Revendare just pops him, hits him with a Hunter's Mark. Now they know to stay away from the Rogue until they're fully camoed out, and they know where the Rogue is at all times. Can't flare him out. The Rogue knows that he's under a ton of pressure. At this point, as a Rogue, do you panic? Do you stick behind the pillar? Can you guess where the Hunter may be? Immediate concussive shot around the corner by Revendare as they try to keep the pressure rolling versus Blackout. And Blackout is just going to get slowed down. Cloak of Shadow is coming out very, very early. Freezer Trap waiting for him. Trying to get this Rogue to attack. Revendare maybe potentially walk over the Freezer Trap. Is going to stop in place for a second. Trinket out of the Rogue. Could be deadly. Doesn't go for the... Can't just reset. Wait, what? How do you restyle that? You just... I guess when you got frozen, maybe it's disengaged and then he got out comp. I don't even know. But Revendare is able to get a flesh cap, sees Blackout for a second. Blackout needs to get a go right now versus Revendare, trying to see if he might be able to get a go, but that's going to be a stun. They're down for the count as Revendare just absolutely unloads everything into Blackout, taking him out. My goodness, the back and forth between these two groups with Fetty picking up 3 kills, but it is going to be, I think, DJ taking down Fetty with Revendare bringing it back for their team. And Seaver trying his very, very best. Kevin had a really good go versus the Demon Hunter at the very beginning with Power Demon. Doing the very, very best that he can. Damn. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another up and running. Yeah, let me know if you guys got groups. Also, if my boy, Lord Pally, if you want to join in his group, Chicago, Kevin, they both got groups. Cross factions enabled. You might have to find a way to like whisper him or something, or add him on Reality, or I don't know. Might have to figure something out, yeah? I find something a lot easier. Yeah. Seabreak. It's matchups are pretty big. Matchups are pretty big in PvP. You and me both know it, especially in 1v1s where it's like even less balanced. Like in a 2v2 or 3v3, you can like kind of have a class like a priest or something that can cover for your weaknesses to match up better against a hunter. But like the more classes you throw into the mix, the more balanced it starts to feel. But yeah, no matter how much I'll play, I can't do. It's just the class is just so well set up against a dot play style. So like a Shadow Priest, you need to get dots on him. Hunter can feign death it, but a monk reverse it. Monk can also do a lot of damage. This priest can only do, Shadow Priest can only do so much in terms against that damage. You do have a disperse of 1.5 minute cooldown. The problem is the monk can burst you every 1 minute. So you gotta have a gap of like 1.5. You gotta have disperse with the first one, maybe a Chicken Fear for the next one, and then disperse for the next one, and then you cut out of options unless you already have like cooldowns rolling or something like that. Just so Alpha can be anything anymore besides Warriors. It is really rough. I'm not gonna deny you. It is rough out there. Oh my god, Shower. Last time I found a Shadow Priest, it was like 10 times easier compared to a Fury Warrior. Game isn't balanced. Yeah, Shadow Priests are just not a well-designed spec for pure 1v1s. But then again, the game isn't really balanced around 1v1s either. So go to me like a grade 2v2 or higher spec. I don't have to see any OP1s and duels. They're good according to PvP leaderboards up there, but those are group fights but not duels. In 3v3s, they're pretty good because of the utility they bring. And in the end, the game is balanced better around 3v3s than anything. At least that's what Blizzard decided to focus on, is 3v3s. Because it is difficult. The classes are all unique and there's so much complexity in terms of like the compositions, the playstyles, and powers on top of it probably don't make things any easier, right? Because those change regularly with every single season. So it complicates things even more and just creates a different dynamic every single season that's kind of hard to keep track of. Hopefully with Dragonflight, with them giving us like talents, they basically have an idea of how they want our class to be played, or they have specific options of how we want our class to be played, instead of things that are going to continue building. And hopefully we'll see tuning in those talents, and maybe expansions on talents or adjustments going forward, but hopefully talents will give us like a stable thing to play with a lot of options, but like specific ways of how Blizzard wants us to play our classes, instead of like us coming up with our own ways of playing these classes. Because I feel like there's a lot of playstyles that Blizzard did not intend for gameplay, like with the Covenants, the Legendaries, and Double Legos, and tier sets, like combinations. There's some really, really cheesy ones that they had to go and nerf later because they didn't think about, oh, what if that combination happens? Oh, yeah, that could be really, really broken. So they had to nerf it later. You know what I mean? That's why I tried to kill a rogue in the 5v5s last night. nearly fell off the chair. It did happen. It can happen, but it is an outlook who does sustained damage with sharpness. You can at least deal with a sustained damage output. Yeah, it's tough either way though. And insane damage if you can get it out, but every class count is the way to do it. No, there's 100 times more. Yeah, it's tough. You beat rogues with outplay. Yeah. Like, maybe like Assassination Rogue, he was able to disperse his burst every single time, right? Assassination Rogue, it was Zip that was trying to see if he could Sepsis burst him. And a lot of the bursts for Zip in Assassination is down to Vendetta. It is down to Sepsis. So those both of them are 1.5 minute CD. He runs a Legendary to make Vendetta a little bit of shorter CD, so it basically gets it to a 1.5 on average together with Sepsis. And you have a disperse for that every time, so you have a hard counter. And because of Vendetta, all your dots are taken out super quickly inside of the disperse window where you're healing and you reduce the damage greatly. So it's like a lot of the damage condensed in a single window, but you have a really big defensive inside of a short window, so it ends up countering completely. Right? It's like perfect. Given numbers with leech challenge, metamorphosis 7 chance can get close to 45, 40% leech. Really? With PvP? Or you mean like PvE? Is it the best dual class? It is one of the better ones, but I think hybrid classes are really good. Like a Feral Druid, I feel like Windwalker Monk is really, really good. I feel like a Hunter can be really good. Feral Sub Windwalker, in that order. Yeah, like Pharaohs and Windwalkers are really, really good too. Like, can other classes do well? For sure. It really depends. Fury's up there. So Fury would normally be up there for the raw damage, but it can get hard countered. Fury has a big damage window, but if you remove that damage window, which some classes can with outplay, it kind of goes out of they're good unless you hard counter the burst. And if some can remove their burst completely, they can. It also depends on the map too, I guess. Yeah. But like on average, Fury is really good, but it can lose. Yesterday, Cracker really popped off, but like a good Subro can lock him down really, really hard. Subro, what's up, G? How you doing, my man? Hope you having a good one, my guy. How you doing, my dude? Hope you having a good one, my boy. Yeah, Pharaoh's pretty good. Pharaoh's really, really good. Pharaoh's only better than Sub. He's playing the Barkston Legend because of the form. Yeah, that healing survivability is kind of crazy. Yo, Kevin, Chicago, let me know how you boys all doing with the groups. You guys need more boys? Does Kevin need more boys in here? For 5-5s? Kevin needs a +1, boys. We got a Horde group that's also available for cross-faction gameplay. If y'all want to join in as Alliance or Horde, you got to get Kevin Landis to add you, or maybe get somebody on that team as Alliance to get you in there too, because the groups are cross-faction. You guys could join in if you want to, but Kevin got a +1, idiots. A Void expansion would be cool, right? We go to the Void, say Azeroth, here you go. Maybe we'll call it WoW Voidlands or something. So I think a Void expansion, like a Light versus Void, was a cool idea. I just don't want to do it for a while, right? I don't want to do another Cosmic expansion in a bit, personally. Like, we did Shadowlands, which is fun to me, but like, even they realized, like, man, doing the whole concepts of life, afterlife and whatnot, and having Cosmic Forces is weird. It is kind of difficult to do. So if you do Void in the future, I mean, they have some stuff that's set up for the Void versus Light going forward, but I just want to I'm just excited for like a Dragon expansion, like something down to earth for a bit. And then eventually we can just maybe think about it. Because even BFA was supposed to be like a down to earth expansion, and then they brought Nazoth in. And then they did that boy dirty a little. with us coming behind him out of the game. Assassin can actually get 100-0 in Feral Barrel from Barkston Sepsis. True. Technically they can, yes. I feel like you would counter it with a Dispel. Can you Dispel one Bear form? Maybe. Yeah, we would just Dispel it though, right, Trinket? Because yes, I can. That's been done before. I literally cannot see the 5-5 groups in Q. So, Briar, your Alliance, we can't really see those groups in LFG. But maybe, what if Kevin lists the group somewhere else? Would Kevin be able to list this group somewhere else? Hold on. Okay, I'm thinking maybe if I join that group and then invite Briar into that group and then I leave, then Briar would be in that group. Wait, maybe I could do it like that. Hold on. Maybe I could do it like that. Okay, Kevin, invite me. I'm gonna join it real quick. And I'm gonna invite Briar. And I'm gonna leave. I'm not actually playing. I'm just inviting Briar in here, okay? Just so Briar can actually join that group. Here we go. I'm inviting. It's not gonna be actually 5. And then I'll back out, okay? I get him in. Now we're in. Now you're in. But yeah, you can't really see those custom groups in PvP, like in custom. So we're gonna have to find a better way of going about it. I'm thinking JNC Work. I'm thinking we'll do a community. We'll make a new 5v5 dueling community and have everybody join in. Anybody that wants to start groups or wants to participate in groups, we'll just advertise this as hard as we can in Discord and on YouTube. Like, yo, join our Discord communities in order to join these duels if you have any interest for the cross-faction purposes. So then people can like be like, yo, listen to a group in the community. People like, yo, I want in an Alliance or Horde with cross-faction. It might be easier to get groups together. And maybe we can get like Kragar to tell his community, yo, if y'all want to join Duels communities, because he can use that whole Duels tab to get his boys in there, and he can organize groups that way as well. So like anybody can use the dueling community to get groups and stuff. I think that'd be really cool to go forward. I don't want to see tentacles for a long time. Yes, I love it. Yeah, I think it'd be a fantastic idea to utilize the community section. I just need to create the groups. So I need to figure out also, my lord, if the groups work for Alliance and Horde, like cross region. If they don't, then I'll need to make one for EU, one for NA. But if it's cross region, then maybe we could make EU and NA and give people roles of like EU or NA player. And then we basically have everybody in there, so people can chit chat with one another and and hang out and stuff. I think that'd be kind of cool. But you know, +1 boys, they're +1 with Kevin Landers and Jay. If y'all want to play on Alliance or Horde, boys, y'all more welcome to. Why not? Marcel, did you play BFA? We got a 5-man? Let's go. Let me know as soon as you guys are ready. I'll look you with Chicago. Marcel, did you play BFA? Or was Shadowlands your first expansion you joined in? Because I saw enough of it with BFA? Yeah. That's how I feel about it too, honestly. I feel like we saw plenty of it. I would love to see it in the future, for sure. But like, not anytime soon. I like BFA actually, really. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it. I think there's a handful of people that like BFA. I guess it was Ori, my man. Yo, Ori, you got any Alliance boys or Horde boys that want to join these? We got Adventure back in here, boys. Yo, let's go. We need a +1 on team 1 and we'll be good to go. Boys, who's that +1? Who's the last one? Is it my boy Briar? It is Revendare, Power Demon, Fetty Whopper. Where's Briar? Zeroa? Briar's on the team 2 with Kevin. Okay. I'm a little confused for a second. I got a little bit confused over here for a second, chat. I like the zones of BFA. Yeah, I love BFA. It wasn't as bad, but I don't know. I feel like BFA was better than WoD, but I kind of like Shadowlands a little more than BFA. But I'm not sure. We'll see. Like 9.2 has definitely been a brighter patch, but like I don't know, BFF wasn't that bad, I guess. I don't know. It left a weird aftertaste in my mouth either way, though. I don't know how I feel about it. So Twitch. But I'm glad you guys liked it, though. Seb Tally? I gotta get your name right. Seb Tally gonna be first up versus Kevin. That's gonna be all the armors on the net. Seb Tally might have to pop every defense in the world. Gonna try to see if he can rub the void on him. That's gonna be great at Fade. Potentially might need to pop even more defenses. This person needs to come out here as the god of Empiric Wrist, rolling every defensive in the book. Literally just went piano key through the keyboard, just trying to see if he can use every single survivability tool to live. Does get a sound to the Kevin, unable to interrupt Seb for a second, trying to get himself a bit of a heal. Seb definitely needs some more healing right now, trying to see if he can jump under with Shadow Men's. It's going to be gripped by the Death Knight. Oh, as he does chop him in half, with Chicago charging out, getting the ghosts to find the target. Kevin looking to back up out of this as best as possible, trying to keep the chain of ice rolling on Chicago, eating a meaty LE blast. But actually, Kevin gets a perfect matchup. As on a Holy Death Knight, you're much better suited against magic damage, which is a huge portion of output of Chicago. Gonna be an extra ghoul join in. Back-to-back LE blast. Kevin is definitely gonna have to play defense. It does have an AMZ in case he wants to use it, unless he's already used the AMZ. Trying to see if he may be able to get the Army of the Dead joined in. AMS up very, very soon. Definitely needs to go for as much healing as possible. As Chicago's sending out lightning bolts back to back. Needs to get himself a proc over there. Oh, physical damage. It looks like that's exactly what they got. Getting the big old storm strikes back to back. And 0 on my boy Briar. joining back in for the duels, trying to get full bleeds out of Chicago. It is going to be chain harvest again. Chicago caught back up, but the bleeds is still rotting down as the Necrolord Feral Burst is just absolutely wrecking right through him. Chicago does hold on to a wall still for now, using the Earth Elemental to give himself a little bit extra help to work with. As the row is going to back up out of there for a second, try to power shift just to break any kind of slows. Is going to go potential for regrowth. Try not to get interrupted by Chicago, as Chicago used all their mana just to try to fight the bleeds, try to mend the wounds of a Feral Druid. It looks like Zeroa likely is going to be able to catch himself almost a reset, but the Ghost Raptors are not going to let him do it. Try to keep him in play. Gonna be Ellie Blast, getting him kind of low. Chicago trying to ramp up some damage. Gonna be some lightning bolts back to back for Zeroa. Chicago is hoping every single one of those maelstrom abilities that are used, lightning bolt, heal, chain harvest, gets him even more Ghost Raptors in there for even more maelstrom and even more sustained damage. Big bleeds out of Zeroa as they're going for a berserk. That's going to be Chicago trinketing with a wall and an Aegis, trying to reduce as much magic damage as they can, as much damage in general. That's going to be more Ghost Raptors join in, trying to continue the blast versus Zeroa. That's going to be another chain harvest as Zeroa is in bare form with a Barskin. Does have a wall in case they want to use it. At some point, does want to get aggressive with Chicago. Needs to build up some call points in order to do so. Thunder with a stun totem right after. Big Elibas getting him low. It's going to be tricking out of the Druid. Does get himself a wall with a solid heal rolling in. And a quick roll in Chicago. Maybe could get interrupted. Does juke out with that Cyclone. Oh, good juke. Does land him in a CC. Could go for a flash cut right after. So Chicago will not have an interrupt for a second there. But Zeroa does have that defense. So dives into stealth for just a second. Maybe use a shadow mode to make that happen. But it's going to be able to get some decent bleeds onto Chicago with the swarm rotting away, eating away those bleeding wounds. And Zeroa trying to keep themselves afloat as best as possible. Got thorns rolling. It's going to be Chicago cleansing those thorns. He's trying to see if he can stabilize as Maelstrom is still flowing through them as they continuously summon more and more Ghost Raptors. With such short cooldown on Ghost Raptor summons, they got a lot of sustain, lots of Maelstrom, lots of survivability, lots of output as well. Zeroa trying to see if he can get interrupted on a Cyclone. It looks like that's going to be Cyclone not juked out. Trying to go for a flash cut, but didn't account for the fact that Chicago did not get juked on that Cyclone. And Chicago tried to keep the pressure rolling for Zeroa as best as possible. Trying to go for yet another clone, but that's going to be interrupted this time. This time, Chicago actually is free to interrupt Zeroa as much as possible. Could go for potentially Sunder. Try to go for a Stun Totem. Zeroa does walk out of it. That's going to be a full wall up for Zeroa, or Barskin rather. And Chicago is probably just going to have to let the Feral get away. There's only so much they can really do to catch up to them. But it's going to hit him with a slow, maybe a flame check around the corner. As long as they keep him out of stealth, they do deny him any kind of good reset. It looks like it's going to be Shadow Meld either way. Zeroa does pick it up either way. Ghost Raptors join in. Thorn's getting dispelled immediately. Zeroa does not have a defensive, but it's going to get some back-to-back bites out of Chicago. Chicago is going to use Aegis, but those bleeds are going to rip right through it. Back-to-back bites are just not going to even get affected by Aegis whatsoever, but the Moonfire and the Swarm damage, the actual Shadow damage and the Arcane damage of Moonfire is going to get reduced. Chicago just had to spend a lot of mana trying to keep himself alive. If Zeroa just presses the assault instead of Chicago is low on mana, that would be the perfect opportunity. This way you really want to be in there, but looks like Zeroa is looking for a bit of a reset of their own. Bash in Chicago with Cycle right after, could trick into the 1-2. But Chicago is going to be fine. Plenty of health, letting the man recuperate over time. We are going to be hitting into the dampening as of this moment though, boys. As we're hitting that 5-minute mark with that 1% dampening rolling in and slowly over the time of the duel. It's going to get stronger and stronger. Chicago's just waiting for Zeroa. Could pick up the other one to Zeroa leaping in. Yet another bleed setup. It's going to be full berserk, full every bleed up and running. It's going to be Chicago with a wall trick and immediately with a chain harvest right after. Getting the Ghost was up and running. Trying to cleanse the thorns as best as possible. Taking a lot of the bleed damage, but the wall is helping offset a lot of the damage away. He's going to get himself self-heal with a Drenner Rachel. It's actually going to give him percentage healing with a massive heal up as they do get a crit. Trying to see if he gets a Thunder Stun onto Zeroa. Is able to do it successfully. Zeroa does have a trinket back up. Barskin, in order to reduce some of the punishment from Chicago as best as they can. Welcome back up very, very soon. And should hopefully be able to line up together a Tiger's Fury with a Feral Frenzy. Unless Chicago continue the pressure, and then maybe it'll make it harder for Zeroa to turn around. Does get a juke out on that kick. Looks like Zeroa could go for a flash count. That's exactly what they're going to do in bear form. Letting the Ellie blast of the Raptors in the Grail through mental, trying to see if they can break through the shield. But it's at least going to be able to get himself the recovery, the CC immunity, and the defensiveness of the flesh scout. Thorns are up. Zeroa is going to have this purged off immediately. That's at least force out Chicago to do some globals in order to be able to do so. It's going to be bites back to back with those bleeds. Together with Zeroa could be potentially big damage. Walls available in case they need to. Chicago does have a welcome back up for them very, very soon. It's going to be Zeroa trying to go for a big old leap. Trying to see if he can disengage from Chicago. It's going to be slows with the Raptors. It's going to be doing some bit of more sustained damage. But Zeroa got plenty of survivability. I think for Zero, all they need to do is wait until Chicago, or maybe just continue to pressure Chicago until they're out of mana completely. Chicago hold on to a wall, and Zero can somehow pressure Chicago, forcing a wall, and then use the Berserk without the wall. Then they're going to be in a fantastic position, but it's really going to come down to just how much pressure can you put on Chicago. Maim onto the Shaman, trying to go for Moonfires. The Aegis Stricken offsetting some of that magic damage. Big Chain Harvest to help Chicago stabilize a little bit, but the dampening is slowly starting to roll in. Zero trying to keep the pressure rolling as best they can. The Ghost Raptors are going to add some more damage to them. Could be big Ellie Blast right after. Oh, it looks like Chicago does turn around with a fatty crit out of nowhere. I think they got another Raptor in the last second. With Ori going to be up next. Trying to go for a bit of a bow versus Chicago as he's playing that Necrolord Boomkin. Not a playstyle we see all that often in the duels, but it's a playstyle that's actually kind of effective because dot pressure and dot damage is actually a good portion of boomy damage. It's not super strong, but Moonfire and Sunfire do quite a bit. I despise it as Shaman, dude. They're so tanky at times. Well, they're not really tanky. They just have really high healing and high damage output. They are squishy, but they do have good utility with all those totems. And they do have a short kick. Chicago taking a lot of damage from Ori very early on. That's going to be a lot of that dot damage with the Fury Balloon absolutely just ripping right through him. Fury Balloon counts as the dots, so for Necrolord Swarm, it's actually kind of major. It's going to be Ori trying to swing around with the Starburst hovering around him. But it's not going to be able to hit Chicago with it. Instead, end up hitting the Raptors. The Ori just trying to keep the dot pressure on Chicago as best as possible. Do the shooting stars from the Moonfire and Sunfire count as dots? Because if they do, that also gets benefited by the Swarm. Going to be Ori trying to see if he can continue the sustained damage onto Chicago. Doesn't really want to get up in melee that much. He wants to maintain a line of sight of Chicago at all times, letting the dots do as much damage as possible. But he just really wants to keep the Shaman away from him as best as he can. Going to be Ghost Raptors join in as they're trying to power shift around, try to stay as mobile as he can. With a Swarm again onto Chicago. Should potentially be big damage. Going to be Ori trying to go for a bit of a Starfall as they continue the range damage to Chicago. The sustained damage output is picking up the Starburst. Potential walk Chicago as the silenced in. Kind of the CC and can't really do much as Ori picks up yet another Starburst. And going to be Ursos to put Chicago back in the same place in the Solar Beam. It's just trying to give as much control as possible with that Ursos and the Solar and the knockups, not letting Chicago go. A very interesting way of crowd controlling somebody because it's not really a stun. It's not really rude. It's like a mixture of all those things that essentially gets the same effect. Ori is going to be slamming even more Rats in it. I think trying to go, was that a potentially bash? It was something, I'm not sure what. Going to be a massive Fury Balloon with a flash cut around the corner. As Chicago is going to give some massive healing. Big Ellie Blast on Ori. The Ghost Raptors are charging in. And Ori could potentially be in a bit of trouble here. 9 minutes of the duel, 27% dampener. Big Aegis Trinket for Chicago. It's getting him a lot of the defense. That's what wall in case of need to. Going to be a cycle by Ori as they do get a fast clone. Does not have a flash cut to return here to make a comeback. We could potentially go for a bit of a reset, and that might be exactly what they need in order to go himself a bit of another go versus the Shaman. Trying to maintain the dot damage. Not completely going for like a full stealthy reset. Thorns is up, and that's going to be Chicago trying to save the crew mood as fast as possible. Ursul's back at Chicago. Is that going to be potential silence? Or are you going for the flap in order to make himself the most amount of range away from Chicago? Go for the disengage flap in order to create as much distance between the two. Actually, such a good move in order to give him some mobility. That's going to be Chicago trying to chase after him as best as possible. The Stars Burst, not knocking Chicago up in the air. Now he did it. It's going to be Fury Balloon. All the dots rolling in. Or he got himself, I think, potentially big damage here. It's going to be, hopefully, big... Was that a tier set proc for him? I'm not even sure, actually. Maybe it was a tier set proc for him just now, because GR can proc Fury Balloon as well. Not a strong one, but it is going to give you lots of resources when you do get a proc it. And Ori might just need to go for yet another Starfall, trying to use Starfire in order to potentially put himself in Eclipse. That is going to give you lunar eclipses. That is going to give you a Fury Balloon. Stun Chicago, do they have a silence to follow? Do you get a silence? Is that going to be with the Ursos? Looks like the Ursos did not go down. Going to be knock up on all the speds. I think Ori maybe wanted to use up knock up on Chicago instead. Thorns up onto Ori. Chicago is going to try to see if he can purge it. It's going to be Thunder. Doesn't really get a stun totem onto Ori. As Ori is just going to bail out of it immediately. Chicago needs to go for as much self-healing as possible. Doesn't really have the mana like Ori does. And needs to use the Maelstrom in order to enhance his healing to be even greater, because normally heals by themselves without enhancement are actually going to be not that effective. Mad damage from that Chain Harvest Venti ability is taking still lots of dot damage with the Starburst all over the place. Does Ori pick up a Starburst around the corner? There's one right next to him. It's going to be actually be able to take it up and potentially knock up Chicago, doing damage to him as well as all the pets. That's another Starburst waiting right next to him. Does Ori go pick up another? He's actually super low health. Cannot really worry about Starburst just yet. Try to see if he can get a knockback on Chicago. Do not quite get it. Try to power shift in order to keep himself moving. That's going to be Starburst that he is going to miss over over. He's going to pick up another fresh one. If Chicago walks over Ori, he could potentially knock up Chicago if anything. That's going to do a bit of damage, but also if you have any kind of buffs rolling like an Eclipse, the Starbursts are astral damage, so they will do more damage if you are eclipsed in an Asia or lunar eclipse. And it's a substantial damage increase inside of their eclipses. Or he tried to see if he might be able to bail out of there again, using the flap in order to try to make some distance. About to hit that 12-minute mark. It's already just continuing the pressure of Chicago, but looks like Chicago's so far been able to deal with the dot pressure and the burst of Ori. He has had very, very creative CC opportunities, but so far he's been playing on defensive for a while here. Trying to go for one-shot immediate cycle on Chicago. Could potentially be a trick out of the Shaman before he finds out that it's going to be a trinket or not. Ori bails out of there immediately. Maybe could go for a re-stealth. Does he have any dots on him like a flame shock? Potentially no. So he may be able to get himself a complete reset. Could go into bear from maybe with the friends of region and the flash cap he has back up and running. Try to make sure he got the angle on Chicago. He's definitely going to give himself some hots and he's going to go for a swift man as soon as he can. Getting his Moonfire Sunfire in there, letting the stars just do damage over time. There's going to be Ursuls onto where Chicago's at, trying to see if he might be able to get some Rastener to activate an Eclipse. If he can get himself a Lunar Eclipse together with full burst, he may be able to make something happen off of that. It's going to be rigorous for Ori. Try to get another Wrath onto Chicago. Does get himself yet another Fury of a Loon. That is going to do a bit of damage. That's not the strongest Fury of a Loon. It's only 25% as effective damage-wise, but I think resource-wise is huge. Silence onto Chicago. Ori, because not able to lock down Chicago with an Ursul's and a Solar Beam, though. Interrupted on Arcane. I think Ori maybe kind of limited what he could do. Try to see if he can still pick up a Starburst. It is going to knock up the pets in Chicago. Could potentially knock up Chicago as well. As long as he can get himself another Eclipse, it might be okay. Definitely needs to establish Eclipse. Does get him Eclipse, but looks like this. The pet's not going to get hit. Flash cut for Ori while he's moving, but it's going to get interrupted. He's able to pick up another Eclipse. He can walk in the back into Chicago. He may be in a fantastic position. Could be potentially a lot of damage. Chicago just chasing for Ori. It's going to get knocked up, taking a bit of damage out of that Starburst. And it's going to be the Aegis trick and try to give him a little bit of survivability. Now it's Ori turning this around. There's no way Chicago trying to get himself a bit of a heal. They have enough Maelstrom and a little bit of mana in order to make it happen, but it's got a limited one they can do. No wall, no nothing. Ori just didn't push in. It's definitely gonna have to get himself another Star Surge in there. If he can somehow get himself another Eclipse, he may be in a decent spot. Sunder to Ori, trick inside of it. Chicago is going to be melted down to the dots, and Ori somehow brought it back for his team versus the Shaman. I'm actually very much surprised with Remedy going to be up next, playing that Kirin Beast Mastery. Not going to be baited by the line of sight, trying to go for the big sting onto Ori, trying to see if he can survive the sting from the slow to the silence of the damage and healing reduction. Rivendare locking down the stun. Is that going to be kill shot to follow? Ori with no health whatsoever. I think it's going to be over. Did his very, very best that he could. I love the CC from Ori as a Boomy. He's really tried to play it out of the box, but there's only so much he could really do. With a Hunter walking up and kill shotting him with a stun. There's only so much you can do unless you have all your cooldowns up for that and lots of behind dampening. I don't think there's much you can really do in that kind of situation. DBZ summoning up a Vile Fiend to hopefully send it Rivendare. Going to be the pets joining in. And hopefully the Vile Fiend join back there as well. They're just trading pets as Rivendare got the Raptors or the T-Rexes onto DBZs. Rivendare taking a bit of damage from those pets. Actually, looks like he's going to be able to root some of the Demon Doggers back there. Going to be a hand to go down, getting interrupted. DBZ just needs to get all the pets enrolled into Rivendare. They're going to be a tricker for the Hunter, trying to go for Feign Death. Will not be able to go for a Kama. It's going to be all the pets empowered with Demon Doggers joining in. Mordecai into Rivendare, trying to go for a bit of a sippy cup. There's also going to be the Obelisk down. Rivendare getting hit with the stun. The pets can potentially do enough damage. Probably going to be a Turtle. As it's going to be almost a Night Fate dot onto Rivendare. The pets are still around. They are empowered to last a little bit longer. The pets re-engage back with Rivendare. They'll be in a fantastic spot. Rivendare does get line of sight onto DBZs with that Kyrian burst. It looks like it's going to be over with that extra crit. Rivendare does not even worry about line of sight whatsoever with that Kyrian setup. And it's going to try to see if he can dive into a Vanish versus a Vinci. But he's playing the subtlety this time around. Is Vinci going to be able to find Rivendare? Definitely needs to pick up eyes if he wants to be able to get the opener. Looks like he did pick up the eyes. Freezing Trap waiting for him. Does he just charge out Rivendare? Maybe trick us out of Freezing Trap. That's what I think Rivendare was trying to see if he could wait out for. It looks like Vinci doesn't have a trinket right now, but I believe that's just a bug. Like a UI bug. Smoke Bomb, and it's going to go for a Shadow Step, get a Shadow to Rivendare. No way out. And I think it's going to be over. There's no way you survive that. With back-to-back cheap shots and kidneys like that, there's absolutely no way to live it. With Fetty Whopper going to be trying to see if he can finish off Vinci. Vinci needs to go for a counter-aggressive gameplay here versus Fetty. Cheap shots back-to-back. That's going to be disarmed to Vinci immediately. As Fetty trying to see if he can back up out of them. Vinci got himself evasion. He's actually pretty healthy. Could potentially go for a Shadow Step swap together with Fetty. If he can maybe juke him out. Looks like Vinci trying to see if he can maybe catch himself a reset. I don't know if Fetty is able to get himself in combat. It looks like he's able to jab over to Vinci. The Lexus Portfolio could potentially be a trick of the advantage. Vinci, oh! My God, that was so much burst out of nowhere. Vinci thought he would be okay. Well, they went for a mark for that kidney shot. It was not expecting himself just to blow up like that. Remender catching 2 kills. Chicago taking a long time with that druid, but it's also a druid. What else are you really gonna do? True druids, in fact, actually Ori, as well as Briar. We got also Ori coming back as a Necro Lord Boomy, doing a ton of damage to Chicago as well. Just about everybody got a chance to play. I think maybe 1% team 2 never got, or team 1 never got a chance to play, but otherwise very well done, boys. Let's get another up and running, boys. Yeah, let's get another up and running here, boys. Chad Boomy versus Virgin Shaman. I don't know about that, Chicago. Both of these specs are kind of like underdogs depending on the content, but I like that duel, man. I like what some of the things Ori did. There was a lot of back and forth, man. That could have been anyone's game. That could have been anyone's game. I feel like on a different map would have been a different story altogether. Yeah, Alex, you'll be a rogue. You can't see me. Sounds good, Kyle. Sounds good, my man. More gonna join. Down talking so fast sounds like a micro machine guy in the back of the day. Micro machine guy back in the day. What's up, Dan? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. Pretty fun to watch, dude. Ori is a lot of fun to watch. Ori is awesome. Ori is fantastic. Well, this is not a virgin anymore. It's gonna have so hard. I like that. I like that a lot. What if I'm listening on LFG? Yo, boys, we got Chicago listed with the LFG group. I don't know. Kevin looks like he needs one more. Kevin needs a +1. You guys are more welcome to join in. If you're Alliance to shoot, I don't know how you find them as Alliance. We might have to list you, have you guys list in the chat. We might have to get you guys listed, not in custom. Might have you guys list, get you guys to list like maybe like legacy raids or something. Yo, Kraken, my man, how you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Yo, everything's gonna answer Kraken in the chat, boys. For another beautiful dono, my man. With another, yo, thanks so much, my guy. Answer Kraken, boys. With a wonderful, beautiful dono. RBG LFG. I wouldn't do an RBG because last time we tried LBGs duels. Last time we tried RBGs, people thought it was literally RBGs. No, they thought it was literally 5v5s. You got randoms that had no idea what the rules are. That's why I was thinking maybe we should listen like Legacy Raid or something and do like Molten Core. Because who's queuing for Molten Core right now? Right? Who is queuing for Molten Core? Nobody. So maybe like do a raid that no one ever plays ever. Or maybe they'll pick like a raid that literally nobody's ever played in a long, long while. I don't know, like Nyalotha or Terrors of the Endless Springs, 10-man normal, Heart of Fear, 10-man normal, literally any one of those things. I feel like just something obscure that people wouldn't be able to find easily. But if you guys want to join, oh, it looks like you don't have your, what is this? Get this ad out of here. Get it out of here. Dude, all these ads, man. I noticed that all these ads go away basically permanently as soon as you remove them. I feel like people are regularly like reporting them. So they started changing the way that they ride themselves up on here. Like for arenas, it's like now the like rank 1's looking to play. Instead of what to sell arena rating, people like eat them out of there. Like seriously, I feel like those people should get IP banned or something. Or IP silenced in a legit window. But they've been changing like Gladiator and all. Yeah, that's fine actually. But they've been changing up their titles. Like ones I've seen recently is like rank 1's looking for 2s and 3s. If you want to play with rank 1's and play higher rating, just add them in Discord PvP coaching. So they started changing up their names, trying to see if they can get away, dude. Report all of them, man. Get them out of there. Get them out of there. 5, let's go. Chicago needs +1, boys. Listen to Legacy Raid. Yo, Jad, if you guys, anybody and everybody, any faction, if you want to join Chicago, go into Raid's Legacy and type in number 5. Chicago has an actual like listing there. So if you guys want to join for cross faction as Alliance or Horde, check Legacy Raids 5V5 1v1 DUELS. Just type in number 5, enter. You should be good to go. You should be able to see Chicago there. So join that way, Chad. Join that way. Normally we do it through LFG, but if you check out Legacy, this is why community is going to be so much easier once I make it. The dungeons, pre-made, Legacy, find a group, top number 5 at the top, hit enter. Anybody can join, Alliance or Horde, as long as you play on an A, anyone can join. Alliance and Horde can join up. Wait, it looks like you already did. Turns up on this free Chicago. Are you from a Mag or something? What are the rules for 5v5 duels? For 5v5 duels, Rules are, I mean, it's a 1v1. Anybody, you basically do slash roll and people can figure out like the order in which to go first. It's a 1v1, so treat it like a 1v1. Certain buffs can be shared across party, like warrior buff, priest buff, mage buff, like intellect, stamina. Warlock healthstones can be shared as well. Shoulder mog, okay. I think I gotta run that myself as well. I think there's some plate or mail pieces that I need from there. I'm doing already? Yeah, my hands are shaking, dude. It was so fun, wasn't it, dude? This is the funnest parts of the duel. Is when this is the most fun duels. Is when you play against somebody that's like really good, really good, and then you just like, it's so clutch, it's so close, and you're just trying your very best, and you feel like you can just feel yourself getting challenged and feel yourself improving just from that duel. That's my favorite. But yeah, the rules are, it's a 1v1, so treat it like a 1v1. Certain buffs can be shared, like Warlock Healthstone, Mage, Priest, Warrior buffs, and just treat it like a 1v1. That's about it. As soon as the person ahead of you, like in front of you, like in an order, like let's say you're second, first person goes, as soon as they die, you're free to run out and start dueling the person. You don't need to give them a reset if you don't want to, but we do enjoy some honorable duels in here as well sometimes. Get to 800, 1,000, 1,200 rating within years. Play with the rank when combatants and rich challenger PvP said no enchant and no items tonight. With 0.1% guarantee rate in getting and save service. Asa, that is hilarious. I love that. That's my favorite advertisement, dude. Report asked for advertisement, by the way. It's my favorite, but I still gotta report you there, bud. I still gotta send you to Shadow. I still gotta send you to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo. Oh man. Alright, boys. We got ourselves the groups. We got ourselves the boys for 5v5 1v1. Heldrock joined in. Oh, it's a marksman. Let's go, boys. Yeah. I like it. I mean, you can craft. Yeah. You buy the recipe from the enlightened brokers yeah. All right, we got 5 each. Yo, let's go, boys. We got ourselves the groups. We got ourselves the boys. More 5-5 1v1s. Alrighty, Twitch. Team 1, we got ourselves a Vinci coming back in as a subtlety rogue. Are we gonna play some assassinations from Vinci? I do miss you when you're assass. We got ourselves bad boy cutie. Oh, look at this boy. We got ourselves Kevin Landers as an unholy DK. I love the tablet, by the way. I think this unlocks so well. Ori gonna be first up. Immediate disarmament to Power Demon. As Power Demon is not popping cooldowns just yet. Ori is rotating into an eclipse real quickly. Got himself the falling stars and shooting stars. That's gonna be Power Demon walking into Ori as he getting knocked up in the air. It's gonna use the flying to glide from Demon just to stabilize this in midair. It's actually getting kind of low on health, going for that full metamorphosis. That's gonna be potential Power Demon. Oh, blasted out into the sky. Oh my god, Ori just hit him with a big old uppercut and then just blasted in midair. Jesus Christ, you know, it's like one of those when people go to shooting ranges and they shoot out like that disc or that frisbee and you shoot it out of the air. That's basically what happened. You knocked him up and they just Robin Hooded him. Gonna be Dalaran up next, trying to see if he might be able to get some down to the river. Ori did pick up a starburst next to him, but looks like he disappeared right before the feral druid sank his teeth, sank his claws into Ori's boomy hide. I guess it's not really boomy. I guess it's more like a cow hide because he doesn't really use the boomy glyph. There's gonna be a starburst up in the air, trying to see if I can catch it. Can't really get enough airtime. You're probably gonna have to go travel form and use travel form leap in order to catch the starburst. It's way up in the air. But it looks like he's gonna try to see if he can push over towards Dalaran, who's trying to get some damage rolling versus Ori. Trying to let the bleeds get set back up. Bash onto bash, Ori picking up the starburst and try to see if he might be able to get a couple rest. Looks like Dalaran's gonna go up in the air, just flying, and Ori trying to see if he might be able to get himself some mobility to get out of there. Did try to see if he can go for a roar versus Dalaran. That's gonna be Cyclone as the Pharaoh's up in the air. It's gonna shrink it out of it to try to get a skull bash. Big bleeds versus Ori. Ori's gonna have to play this very defensively. Is definitely gonna have to do something versus Dalaran. Is gonna land another Cyclone. Does he have himself a flash guy? Could potentially go behind the pillar. Bites coming out back to back, but the kitty is gonna be a massive damage output. Still got the berserks. He's got himself lots of resources generating, or he's gonna have to find a way to disengage from him immediately, trying to get himself a heal, potentially fleshcraft while he gets himself the nature. There goes the Barsket Bear from fleshcraft, helping him stabilize a little. Quick roar to Ori and the cat into a cyclone just to throw him back up in the air before he gets more of the starburst rolling. Trying to see if he can back away. Is going to get the Starfall. Slowly doing damage to Darren. Was going to be a leap by the kitty as Ori goes in for a bit of a disengage. Another Cyclone of Darren as he's trying to give himself a little bit of that survivability. Definitely going to have to go for a bit of healing. Darren not easing up at all. Is going to knock the cat up with a knockback with the Typhoon. Literally giving him airtime. Hibernate is going to power shift. Literally trying to go for Hibernate while moving. Or he's going to have another play again. It's going to be potentially another Hibernate. Trying to keep the dots rolling versus Darren. It's going to be Starfire. Potentially could get himself an Eclipse. Does get himself the Solar Eclipse. And that could be pretty big. Ori is going to be able to pick up a Starburst in there. Going to be a Flash Guard on the corner. Can Corey interrupt it? Does interrupt it. Potentially maybe big damage. Big Starburst. And a Star Surge is going to maybe try to see if he can kite Darren back into more Starburst. Get himself another Shooting Stars. Another Starfall rolling in. He's going to be able to get himself some healing. Picking up another Starburst as he's charging towards Darren. And Ori getting hit with a stun for a second. Needs to back up into the Starburst as soon as possible. Knock up the Pharaoh. Going to be a Cyclone. Does Darren have a Trinket? He does not. Looks like Ori is going to be an Ursal's Ewing back in. He's going to try to see if he can reposition. Kind of behind on health, but keeping the dots on the Den Darren. I can't messing up your name, by the way. I called it Darren. It's Den Darren. I guess Darren. Den Darren. Did somebody just drop down a Trinket? Whose grenade was that? That wasn't Ori's, was it? Or was it Darren's? I can't even tell. Ori backing up out of there, knocking back Darren. And is just going to keep the dots rolling. Got himself full burst weight, actually full mass setup. Going to be bashed on Darren. Does it take him out? Big Star Surges. Oh, and Ori does end up taking him out. Oh my goodness, boys. He did it. Bringing it back. A Boomy beating a Feral Druid. That is not seen in ages. Sebi is going to be up next. Subtali trying to see if he might be able to get an open onto Ori. Immediate Trinket out of the cycle. Trying to see if they might be able to bounce out of there. Potentially get some dots roll into Ori. Ori does not have a way to remove these. He's not a survival hunter. So for Sebi, this might be a better situation. Looks like Ori's Flesh Guy is not the kind of Flesh Guy that gives him CC immunity since he is playing the Earmere Soulbind. He got himself that cheat death Soulbind. So he can stun it. You can't interrupt it. So Seb is going to be able to push up and get all the CC in the world. Trying to see if he can get dots on the Ori. Ori trying to stay mobile as best he can while in cat form. It is going to be Seb trying to see if he can drop down. I don't even know if that ability even lands. I don't even know if Transfusion lands with Ori being so mobile. Unless you're right next to him, maybe we hit him with a stun. I don't think those... Looks like those dots do land either way. That pet is able to get a bit of damage. Maybe the animation doesn't look like it lands, but maybe the dot still happens either way. Potentially. It's really hard to tell. Did we just miss somebody on team 1? Did somebody... Was it 2 people that Ori just bust? Oh, it was 2 people. Okay, so there's 3 people that are in here. It wasn't somebody that left that didn't get to play. It was somebody left that already got to play. Okay, okay. I just want to make sure the people that didn't get to play are not leaving early for any reason. Unless they decede, which was unfortunate sometimes. Silence on Ori as Sebi does go up in the air for a second. Try to get some dots versus Ori. This is a much better matchup for the Shadow Priest though. At least Ori is like not constantly interrupting him, not constantly CCing him. He definitely does have a lot more ability versus Sebi, who's trying to do whatever they can. Trying to go for a bit of Shadowman. Taking a lot of dot damage right now. There's still also extra damage on top of him while they're in low health. As his all damage replicated again. It's like echoed by the weapon of the Earmere Soulbind. Disperse out of Sebi as it's going to be a cycle for Ori, denying any kind of healing for the Disperse. And Sebi is going to be coming out of Disperse with not a lot of health to work with. As Ori trying to see if he maybe can get himself an Eclipse, or Sebi trying to go for a bit of self-heal. The more DPs he can get versus Ori, the more healing he can maybe get himself. Bash while up in the air as Ori trying to see if he can punish him with the Star Surges after taking out the Shadow Priest. It is definitely one of the harder matchups, but Ori trying to see if it can make it at least look as flash as possible. Hellrock charging out, quick scatter versus Ori, trying to see if he can go for a freezing trap. Does he go for the big go? It's going to be mad damage, potentially a root to Ori. Does go for the curing burst, big hits versus Ori. Does he get interrupted? He does get interrupted on a flash guy, trying to maybe give himself a rapid fire around the corner. It's going to be arcane shots instead. He definitely needs to get himself big aim shots and rapid fire. So this is going to be mad rapid fire with an arcane shot or aim shot to set up. And it's going to be still more aim shots, but it looks like Ori does dive and create smallest bits of line of sight using one of the corners of the tombstone. Another rapid fire, keep putting pressure onto Ori. The marksman hunter does have plenty of damage. What is this fast casting you have? What is this haste you got going on? These are the fastest casts I've ever seen. Is this like some kind of haste build? What is this? Wait, Heldrock, did he figure out this build for marksmanship? He got the fastest cast in the West. Oh, Ori does get executed though. Oh my god, Heldrock turned it around on him. And Ori trying to see if he can punish Heldrock. Does he go for feign death? Is that what he's got going on? That's going to be a pet sack for a second. And Heldrock has plenty of health to work with. Going to be a bad boy cutie. Rapid fire big time for Heldrock with a scatter shot versus Bad Boy as he tried to go for a breath. Going to be a trinket with a freezing trap to meet him. with a Scarab Beast while he's in. Oh my god, that was such a big brain giga move. He Scarab Beasted a soul shape. What does this damage? Hellrock is absolutely just blasted through a bad boy with aim shots around the corner. That's gonna be Ice Buck immediately. He Scarab Beasted him while he's in soul shape. Are you serious? I think we've barely ever seen that in the duel. I think last time we've seen somebody hibernate a soul shape. Gonna be a bad boy trying to make the combustion work. Aim shot big time for bad boy. It's gonna be low in health. Has to Ice Bucket in case. That's gonna be a Hellrock super low in health. No Ice Bucket available actually. Wait, it's over. And that's gonna be a, oh my god. Hellrock is just gonna be able to rapid fire him out. Who's up next? Dude, oh my god. Is it Kevin? Kevin is giving Hellrock. Wait, charging out? Is he getting him an honor duel? Yeah, I don't think he is. He's trying to see if I can find him. I was thinking maybe he was going to give him an honor duel, but I don't think it's going to happen. Hellrock better stay in camo. Looks like someone broke him out of camo. Is going to try to get some damage on Kevin. Does still have turtle. If he uses a turtle properly, he may be okay. Freezing trap with a Kevin. That's going to do the pest stomp for a second. Definitely needs to maintain maximum range versus Kevin if he wants to have a win here. He can totally do it. It's going to get a slow into Kevin. The pet is going to be empowered. Tinted a slow. Scatter slow onto the ghoul pet. Definitely needs to turtle this immediately. Definitely needs to turtle a lot of this damage. That's going to be a toughie. Unless Hellrock can someone maybe go for a big old disengage or something. I think it might be really, really tough for him to win this. Double tap big time with the Kieran burst versus Kevin. Kevin going for that big IBF, trying to reduce the damage as much as possible. Gonna be Hellrock trying to see if he might be able to blast off versus Kevin. Does he get a kill shot? No way! Oh my god, this hunter is insane! Are you kidding me? This guy is an absolute madman! What is this? Oh, and he get the big old, oh my god, with a freezing trap into a scatter onto you can't see me. Hellrock at no health. I think he's just gonna die to the dodge, but man, this guy lived for as long as he could. Damn. Wait, still alive? Oh my god, can't see me. Just throwing knives at him. Is that got him? No, it's over. Just any kind of knife is gonna take him out. My god, that was insane, chat. Dude, how do we get such an exciting duel from Ori pulling off the moves that he is? And then you can't see me blasted on Chicago. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude, what is this duel? Ori popped off. Hellrock came back and brought it back for a seam at no at higher dampening. Oh my god. That was, the hunter was mental. He really was, dude. That's the best way to describe it is he's mental. I am in disbelief. Oh my god. Bro, Hellrock, I don't know what kind of build. Don't even give your secrets. Don't give your secrets. I don't know what kind of build you got going on, but that thing looked insane. Jesus. That was awesome to watch. I am in disbelief. That was amazing. Now I want to try that on my hunter. I don't know. Maybe if you want to give it to me like in a DM, I don't want to spoil your build at all to anybody. I don't want him to know your secrets. Whatever you got going on, whatever you got cooked up, that looked insane. My goodness. Max haste, is that all it is? That's crazy. I gotta do that for my hunter, man. I think my survival has a lot of haste as is, so maybe I could try that myself. Damn, dude. That was insane. Are you gonna go again? Because we gotta go again if we gotta go. Oops. Awesome. Awesome. I would love to see what kind of a setup you got going on. My goodness, chat. Yo, thank God we're doing them NA duels, huh, dude? Otherwise, you guys would have missed something like this. Hellrock coming back to these duels and just popping up on the marksman like no one ever was. With Ori also, don't forget about Ori. Don't forget about Ori. He also really popped off too. Kevin, are you putting a group in custom, by the way? No. Okay, I think Kevin is actually putting a group in raid, right? Legacy? Yeah. Guys, if you want to join the groups 5v5 duels, check Legacy raiding. Not even joking. Go to Dungeon and Raids, Premier Group, Raids, Legacy. Find the group. Top number 5 at the top. You'll see Chicago's group and you got Kevin Lander's group. Alliance on Horde can join either one of these groups. I left the group. Most of the people left. It's okay. It's okay. Hellrock. We're redoing groups. We're recouping them together. We got Chicago with a group. We got Kevin Ladders with a group. It's all cross faction, so you guys are more than welcome to join. Check Legacy Raids. We'll definitely have to make a community thing where we get all the 5v5 duelers in the same community, and anybody wants to join in, we'll have community links. We'll definitely need to get some community links in here. I'll need to get added some more links for Nightbot to add to community links. Like EU 5v5 community and NA 5v5 community, because since cross faction is here, you can play as Horde and Alliance. It doesn't really make a difference. It just, you can't really list the 5v5 duels in custom with cross faction, which sucks. Rock, you're more than welcome to join either one of the groups, man. They're recouping. If you guys got friends who want to join in, yo, Kyle, I like that, dude. I didn't realize you were going over that biggie burst of sepsis, man. I thought, man, he is so healthy. Just throw, and then absolutely just turn around in Chicago. Chicago just walked in. It's like, what? Okay, I'm dead. That sepsis burst for assassination is so cheesy, but it's so strong. It is good. Enjoy it while it's here, man. I swear to God, they're gonna nerf rogues to the ground soon. Or maybe not, just because it's like, might as well. I'm the same. Either nerf rogues to the ground and make class adjustments, or just give us season 4 and then give us the class changes in season 4. Because now, let's like season 4 is basically gonna be season 3, and like the meta is gonna be the same. Just every class is gonna be stronger, so they're gonna have to do something, man. We said that every patch. True. I think at some point it's gonna happen though. Each time I run into Gnome Warrior, I just shake my head for some reason. Dude, I saw this awesome Gnome mog for a mage or a caster. It looks really good. I think it's a mage mog mostly, but I think other classes can use it too. It's like it's called the Ultimate Nerd, and it'll look great. We have a tanks in queue. Oh no, Kevin, no. Yeah, that's what's the part of like doing these molten core, because they probably think it's actual molten core, dude. They think it's an actual molten core. Can you write in like the description? This is for 5v5 1v1 duels, not an actual raid. We just want to use the cross-faction gameplay. Are they gonna like? Can they report us? Report group for communication, advertisement, name? Not really. I mean, it's not an advertisement really. It's not a description or anything. It's not an ad, so they can't actually report us, can they? It's not an, I guess it is an appropriate name. Not really. It's not for the wrong content, maybe. In wrong section. Maybe they might have to add that in the future. But yeah, Kevin, don't know why these takes, man. These guys probably actually try to go for some multi-core. That's the problem of doing this in custom PvP and custom PvE raids. But yeah, tanks not allowed. Wait, I tried to actually queue up as a Kraken? Yeah, normally we have a rule for like no tanks to heal, just because tanks to heals are not balanced for 1v1s, or heals are balanced for PvP, but in a 1v1 scenario for a 1v1 duel, it doesn't really like... A healer's kind of gameplay in a 1v1, it just ends up being like battle of attrition, and those games can be really long. We can only get some really long games like that. For tanks, like if somebody got like a tank, like bursty build, there's some situations where we're like, all right, we'll give this one tank a try. If they say they got like a giga PvP build that's going to be super cheesy, that'll be fun to watch once. But tanks are not balanced for PvP whatsoever. Guys, we got a set group with Chicago trying to put another 5v5 group together. If you guys want to join in, check Chicago's group. The way you find groups is going to be a little bit weird though, chat. Dungeons, yeah, when you look for custom groups, don't look at player versus player. Literally look up in Dungeons, Prima Group, Raids Legacy, hit find the group at top number 5 at the top, hit enter. If you want to join the 5v5 duels, this way you could join as a cross-faction of Alliance or Horde. Anyone is welcome. 5v1 duels with Chicago putting a team together. You guys are welcome to join. If you guys got friends that want to join in, let them know. Chicago got a group listed in Raids Legacy. Just tap 5 in the search. That's it. You're good to go. It's gonna be weird because it's like, well, we can't do cross-faction in custom, so you have to do it in raids until we make the community. Once we make the community and you guys joined up, once enough people join up, it'll be much easier. I'm just hoping a lot of people join in, man. The community thing is gonna work if people join in, but I never really ran a community or done a community. Technically, my rogue is GM of a community right now. It's like a rogue-only community called the Brotherhood, because I think it was Ampix that made it, and you got all the other rogues in there that streamed and all that. Every single rogue in the game. Yeah, literally everybody, because he knows everybody. And then I think Ampix stopped playing for a bit and made me GM, or the game defaulted me to GM, or something. And I had some people be like, yo, are you going to be doing events in the community? I'm like, I got GM role by accident. I'm not really like an actual G. I don't know the guy that made it. So, that's been there. There's a lot of rogues that want to join in. I guess you just sit there and like accept all the rogues, but they'll be like, wow, thank you for joining the community. Be like, hey, this place is kind of quiet. We don't really do anything. Ampix is the one that started it. But it's there. You guys can be part of it if you wanna, I guess. Makes sense. If you queue it up as a tank, but up before too long of a build. Yeah. Like if you got some kind of like if you're like, yo, Dal, I promise you got some cheesy, bursty tank build that's gonna one-shot somebody. You want to see it. Trust me. You want to see this thing in action once, just once. Because normally we have a rule no tanks or healers because for duels it's exclusive with the balance, exclusive with the viewer experience too. Because like, you know, tank can live forever. They're like, all right, well the tank is just running and just rotating cooldowns. What else is new? But if a tank has like some burst that no one expects, like remember when Prop Warrior's shield slam thing was like one-shotting players? You go to slam running out and bam, blasting people out with the shield slam. Like that's cheesy, that's fun. We had a Night King play a Blood DK build where you got Giga Deathstroke, but he wanted to go Chicago. Chicago knew what to expect, so it wasn't gonna let it happen. But he could one-shot people with it. I see the footage of it. There was some burst builds with Prop Warrior before. Or no, info green and red plus side was the thing. It's quite a bit of haste. Yeah, this is quite a bit actually. It's quite a bit, isn't it? The enchant. I don't want to see a damn thing. Yo, chat, if you guys want to join in for 5v5 1v1 Duels, Alliance or Horde, check the dungeons, pre-made groups, raids, legacy. Find a group and type in number 5 in the search, and then enter, and you'll find Chicago's group for 5v5 1v1 Duels. It's in dungeons because we wanted cross-faction to work. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, it's going to be really difficult to see. But yeah. Hey man, what's up, Medi? I do my guy. I hope you have a good one. If you guys have Alliance or Horde on NA, join Chicago in Raid's Legacy. We should be good to go. I think Kevin is ready with his group. As soon as Chicago gets 5, we'll be good to go. We're listing in the Raid's Legacy so we can do the cross-faction. So you guys as Horde Alliance can join up. But as soon as we get the community thing, we'll start doing that. So if you guys want to join in, can I join my Holy Priest? Let's keep it no healers. Let's stick to the rules. Unless you got some kind of like a one-shot Holy Priest build that you want to just do some cheesy stuff with and you can guarantee you can one-shot with it. Unless you got something like really cheesy with some of the off-brand classes. Yeah, let's just keep it to DPS. Just your opinion. I played a monk in 25 out of my 4 said, peace, but nobody wants to take me in a chance of calls. Already have a clean 15, 16, sometimes 6 that don't take me. Why? Is monk useless? No, monks are really good meta. Monks are really good, but they probably look at your item and they look at your score, and I mean, depending on the group, sometimes they just can get like what happens is a lot of the groups that are looking for 5v5 or looking for M pluses, they can just say AFK, make other groups, and they can pick up a bunch of like high-end players with orange score like 3k farming their Valor, right? So they can get a lot of those dudes in their groups, so they're not necessarily, sometimes they'll just kind of wait there and pick those guys up. So at the video item level, it is kind of low. You'd have 15s and 16s done, but they're not going to look through like which keys you've done. They're just looking for your overall score. So if your score is like green, they're going to probably take somebody with like a purple score or an orange score by default. Not that there's something wrong with you, but it's just the kind of M plus mentality, right? They want to make sure that their key is timed. So they're just going to take any DPS. They got like extra score, extra gear, just to make sure there's 0 chances of that person being the one that fails their key. And it's kind of a silly mentality, but I understand it. From like, if you have a lot of bad LG experiences, you're just eventually going to be like, all right, I'm just going to pick the top players, or I'm not going to do a dungeon at all. You don't want to waste your time in dungeons. Some people would spend 30 extra minutes looking for top tier players to sign up for their key, instead of running the actual key. I don't know. As a healer or as a tank, it's a lot easier to get invited though. Like Medi, if you want to learn how to tank or misweaver heal in keys, it's actually not a bad play style in my opinion. Brewmaster is really simple tank to play quick up with. You could, if you learn how to do pathing and you tank, it's a lot easier to get into keys, even if you don't have a high score, if you don't have a high item level. A lot of people are looking for tanks and heals all the time, especially with Grievous this week, with so many people like needing a healer that will keep you alive. Yeah. Why M6? I have no idea. I think it's because, again, like in 6s and 2s and 4s, there's a fast keys and like top tier players will queue this up just to farm Valor. So yeah, you can like pick up a 250 monk that's like more than perfect for that key, or you can just pick up the Giga Chat orange score Demon Hunter that's just looking to farm Valor and just go to delete mobs in 2 seconds, right? So it's a weird environment that became more competitive than ever before. You know what I mean? If y'all want to join up, boys, Chicago is still looking for more. You are gonna have to find them in a weird section though. Dungeon raids, Premier Group, custom raids a legacy. And then look up 5 in the search and you should be able to find Chicago's group in there. That's weird, but you should be able to find them there. 5V5 1v1 DUELS. If you guys got anybody in that group, if you guys got friends, Alliance to Horde that want to join in, Chicago Held Rock, you guys are more than welcome to, boys. More than welcome to get your boys in here. Cross faction makes it much easier to make some groups together. Yeah, so it's not really you, Maddie, honestly. It's not you. Honestly, I would take your time, maybe like learn how to Mistweaver. Because Mistweaver is actually really effective this season. It's not a bad healer at all. It's solid, and it can do a bit of melee damage as well. It's not the biggest damage out there, but it's really not a bad healer. And I don't think I've ever done like a key. Like I've done 15s as an undergear Mistweaver and people took me either way. Just because Mistweavers have a really good throughput. You know what I mean? Yeah. But as soon as we get more boys in here, boys, again, if y'all want to join in Raids Legacy, it's weird that we have to do it like that, but I just don't want to. We could list it in RBG, but last time we did it with Arhi on EU, which is last week, not this week, but last week. He got 2 dudes. He got a monk and a mage who didn't read the title. They just joined immediately, and then they got queued in and they just kind of ran out and somebody 2-teaming them. Like Arhi came out trying to duel a guy, and then those 2 came out, and then they just started 2-teaming. Then the other team Alliance had to go to clean up on them, kill them. Then we had to reset, and then Arhi and the Shaman and the Warlock had a fantastic like duel, and I think Arhi won 1v4 or something. Take a Mr. Monkeys, they're actually really good. Mistweavers are not amazing, like pushing some of the higher end keys, but they're not bad really. Like none of the healers are really bad in the game. They're just healers. Mistweavers just have a bad perception, but they're not bad at all. Like they themselves are not bad. Okay, for Mistweaver I had to rush gear and a legendary. Maybe Brewmaster could be a little bit easier then if you got tier set, because Brewmaster with tier, if you get the Keck Smash Lego, it's pretty decent too. But yeah, I just keep queuing Medi though. I just keep queuing. Like if you like, hey, if you feel like you have to spend way too much time working on those Legos, I would just keep queuing as a Windwalker, because Windwalker is really good this season. Or do your key. If you have a key of your own, you can push up your own key. Because this way, like no one can kick you out of your own key. Set and key smash and brew is insane. Yeah, key with Keck Smash and set is really good together. Stagger as a mechanic, you just passively have a defensive. You just have to like if the things, the bubbles on the side pop up red, and it's like, yo, you're a really big stagger, you just purified. That's it. And then you press the shield as long as you can, keep the breath rolling. Just make sure you have enough energy for a Keck Smash so you don't spam energy really. And like that's all you gotta do. And you also have a roll away, like if in trouble, big trouble, ring a piece, keep the mobs away, or roll away, just run away from them. You have a stun, you have a lot of CC, you have good defensive with Zao, who helps you take away some of the stagger into himself. And if you play Kyrian, that's the second Zao you can summon, so you can separate those 2 cooldowns. Like, oh, this back, I'll use the Kyrian bow. Next one, I can use Nozawa. Next one, if I'm in trouble, I can Fort Brew. But otherwise, yeah. So you can go like a really giga pull and really pop and rotate defensives in order to survive. But it's really effective. How are we doing? This is just Chicago and Held Rock. Yo, we need all the boys in here. If y'all boys want to join the 5V5 1v1 DUELS, Dungeon Raids, Premier Group, Legacy Raids, so you can join Chicago and Held Rock. That's number 5 in the search. Or is that last duel of the night, dude? I mean, that's a hell of a duel to end it on, but I think we can do one more, yeah? Have 2 Ox at the same time if I need Kyrian? Yeah, I think as a... I could be wrong, but I think as a Brewmaster, you don't want to use them together. I think you want to rotate them, right? I think you want to use first the Kyrian ability, so you can get new Zao defensive there. And then the next trash pack, you may be able to use like the proper new Zao. I don't know if you put them both together. Maybe you do. I always thought they rotate them apart from one another. Like we had them 100 duel. Guys, let me have them 100 duel. Yeah, we just need 3 more boys and they'll be good to go, man. They just need 3 more boys to join 5V5 duels, will be good to go. They just need 3 more though. 3 more. You won't find them in custom PvP, boys. Is anybody listening to custom PvP by any chance? No. We're good. Yeah, you guys should be able to find them Legacy Raid if you want to join in. Not typically. If I'm... Oh no, I will. So you will put them together if, let's say, like you're just in big trouble. I guess like if you're going for like a big pull, right? You use them together just to make sure you have plenty of stagger offset. Is today Father's Day? I think it's tomorrow, Chicago. I think it's Sunday. Or maybe Saturday? I'm not sure. I think it's Sunday. Hold on, let me look it up for you. When is Father's Day? 2022. June 19th, tomorrow. Sunday. Cool. That's my day off. Dalaran is gonna have a day off. Blizz, a World of Warcraft Twitter account was like, reminder, Father's Day is Sunday, and they posted a picture of Denathrius, and everybody was like, and everybody in the comments was like, oh, Daddy Denathrius, dude. Maybe that's gonna be them announced in season 4, because Denathrius returns for season 4. But they posted a picture of Denathrius, and everybody in the comments was like, Daddy Denathrius thirsting for him, simping for Danny. I miss Denathrius, dude. Daddy Dal? Yeah, dude, I'm taking my day off tomorrow too. In the comments I said, don't forget Dadgar. I remember Khadgar, everybody called him Dadgar back in Legion. So I posted a picture of Khadgar, I was like, don't forget Dadgar. People posted like Sour Fang and be like, that's my dad. That is great. I do miss Danny though, dude. I'm excited for season 4. I'm excited for a new set of dungeons. I wonder how the PvP season is gonna be. I hope they do some class changes. I highly doubt it in Shadowlands at this point they're gonna be doing any like fundamental class ability changes, right? Changing the way our classes play. I'd rather just see like class tuning, talent tuning, right? If the talent is bad, buff the percent chance of proccing it. If ability is bad, buff it damage output, right? Just I want to see like number tuning. That's all I really want to see is just number tuning. Keep everything relatively the same, but do like a lot of number tuning for stuff and like regular number tuning. Oh, something's a little bit too strong that 1 week, tune it a little bit more next week. Oh, a talent's getting less play, buff it back up. And basically just somebody fidgeting with like the knobs every single week, just messing around with stuff. Because everybody wants like Blizzard to do regular updates like every few weeks for classes, just to make sure they're adjusting the tuning so things are more balanced. But like I'd be kind of cool with like every single week they're just like tuning knobs left and right. I know it's gonna like screw up for people that want to play best flavor of the month, but like I feel like at this point you just gotta break the flavor of the month better. We gotta get people to like play the classes they want to play rather than flavor of the month. I think it'd be more fun that way. Breaking center fights in front of a window with 1 floor. There's a huge bush that gives some very loud, heavy noises in that bush. Something huge inside is no bird nor mouse. I think it should heavy noises in the bush. Could it be 2 cats fornicating? I mean, one of those cats could maybe those cats are trying to celebrate Father's Day a little early. One of them's trying to become a father. Who knows, right? I wouldn't have any idea. Bear? Could be a bear. You can go and oh, if it is a bear, do bears? You could. I was gonna suggest pour some honey outside for him, so he has something to eat out there, or water. Sounds heavier and like a bigger dog, deer, human. That's not a creepy part. Don't do that. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could go outside and look, right? Or call local authorities or something. You want to scare the bear? Don't give it anything. You just eat it. Just eat it whole. Make it less comfortable in a human setting. It sounds impactful to the ground and the branches seem to be really pushed. Sounds like a bear, dude. Otherwise it would. I mean, can't you call like local authorities of like not like police, but like I don't know, animal control, I guess. I guess you would first need to go outside and see what it is. Because if it is a big animal, call animal control at that point. That's about all you can really do. Any black bears in there on a threat? Yeah, I guess it depends where you live, right? I never lived next to a black bear. I've seen them in the zoo, but I think I've never seen one in the wild. Although I have camped and I have hiked in places where apparently bears were super, super common. I just never seen them. Just ignore it or shoo it away. I could bring if it's a stray dog, I'll embarrass myself. I could, but if it's a stray dog, I will embarrass myself. What's wrong with a stray puppy? Also, are we not able to get a group together, boys? No, Chicago! Dude, Chicago is trying so hard to put a group together. Chad, can we get 3 more boys on an 8 to join your boy Chicago? for some 5V5 1v1 duels. I just did 3 more. Find him in a legacy raid so we can do cross faction. Although that last duel was fantastic though. I do want to see if we can get 1 more for the NA boys. But if that's all we got, that's all we got. We'll get some more next week. If we need someone who can bring a tank, go has. Have 1 coming? Alright, Chicago. Sound good, my guy. So we need 2. 2 coming. Wait, Chicago got 2 coming. They just did 1 more. We just did 1 more. 1 more DPS in there. Tank go last. I guess the worst we could do that, right? Is Held Rock part of that group? Is he coming back in? Yo, Held Rock! Probably decided to peace out, get some arenas done. Held Rock! If you're still in chat, we got a group with Chicago. It looks like they might have 5. No? You doing RPGs? Okay, fair enough. We need 1 more, boys, for Team Chicago. If y'all got friends in reality, they want to join in, get them in there, man. Doesn't take 35% extra damage in PvP. Yeah, but it's like it's a tank though. They got a lot of defenses, so it's like it usually makes it like really weird of a duel setting to be in. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess worse to worse, just have a filler. We could get Kraken in there. I guess it could work. 5, nice. As soon as you do the list, we got good to go, boys. As soon as you list, we got good to go. Yo, Kevin, hopefully still around, my guy. We got us this 5-5 group. Last one for the night, boys. I think it's gonna be the last one for the evening. Thank you so much for making groups. I very much appreciate it. Hope we can get these boys queued up and get another up and running for the day. But after that, I just started healing with Monk. Thought I'd suck at healing, but it's actually fun. Yo, actually, monks are actually really good at healing. Actually a fantastic healer. Not a bad one at all. Not a bad healer whatsoever. Hope you enjoyed, my guy. Yeah, healing is actually not that bad. I think Monk is one of the easy healers to start with because they have a lot of throughput healing. Like your numbers, your green numbers are fantastic. The Monk is more about trying to find a way to do as much damage as you can while keeping your green numbers high. And you have like a fist roll build, fist roll playstyle. That's pretty decent. Only to 20 animal, but I'll hold in there. Yeah, you gotta start somewhere, right? But I'm glad you enjoyed, dude. It's a lot easier to get on the groups as a healer. Yo, Kevin, are we good to go, my guy? Do a queue again? Are we good to go, my guy? Are we not good? Actually, I guess I should have asked Kevin if he's ready. Because maybe like by the time Chicago got a 5-man group, it did take us a while. Maybe Kevin's group fell apart. Which hopefully they didn't. Hopefully they're still around. I guess I'll wait. Because send the wargame request. I didn't know. Okay, I think maybe it didn't work. Now we're gonna try it again. Okay, now maybe that'll work. Because we did try queuing last time and didn't really work all that well. Maybe, potentially, possibly, or maybe Kevin no longer has a group. Hold on, do we? Hey, do we still have a group? Maybe somebody's AFK. Maybe Kevin's AFK. I guess we'll wait. Oh, hey, down seals, boys. Yo, let's have ourselves a good old duel tonight, boys. Yeah, let's have ourselves a fantastic evening. Have some fun with these duels. Do your very best. Put on a show. Make it exciting. Final duel of the evening, boys. Have some fun with it, yeah? Have some fun with it. I really wish we got CC Marquee more often, man. I was really hoping we get some of that arcane blast and Damie. Also, where's my boy Night King? I think he's working though, which is unfortunate. So hopefully maybe his schedule changes over the next few weeks. Or maybe he just got that kind of schedule all summer, which would be on Forge. But we got ourselves, who do we got? Switch. We got ourselves CM1 together with Ferg. Oh, I like that set with the Dark Ranger look. That looks so good. That looks so good. Too bad you're gonna be in cat for most of the time. We can't even see the full Mog. We got ourselves Fern as a Feral Druid. We got ourselves Risky as a Red Paladin. Got Sensei going back in, Toxic in the back. We got us a Chicago waiting to have himself like go. We got a venture over for the team one. Looking like he's gonna go for a flight. Got ourselves iFox back. Oh, that's a good looking set with a weapon. My goodness, Kevin Landers as Unholy. You can't see me in stealth. Setting up, and that's going to be Ko. First up versus Sensei. Going for immediate bashes. This is going to be in cap. Immediate trinket is Ko. Might just be down for the count. That trinket was maybe a little too ballsy. Big basket. Is it going to be enough? The big bleeds. Oh! And Sensei taking him down as he's running down to the bleeds. At least Farrell left him with a bit of a bleed. At the end, left him with a bit of a gift. iFox trying to see if he maybe would swing around, letting those dots stick out on Sensei. Could use the Feral Blades in order to kind of fire off his own burst. Gonna be muted in summer to iFox, backing up out of there. Sensei backpedaling behind the pillar. And suddenly sees iFox retreating away from him. Trying to play around the line of sight as best as he can. Ring a piece immediately. And iFox is gonna have himself a hell of a game here. Sensei just looking for a full reset, slow in a root onto that pet. Looks like he's actually just gonna completely root the pet. Maybe the damage to it? Looks like maybe he's building up for his hero set. Potentially. Wait a second. That's something that iFox is gonna have to be careful with, as Sensei can't actually build up for his hero set damage. He can build it up so then he makes it the next 3 hits, like a Rising Sun Kick, Fist of Fury, Roaring Dragon Punch will do 22% more damage, which is actually quite a substantial damage increase. Gonna be Sensei trying to go for a bit of a jab versus the bed. Leg sweep onto iFox with the Karma to follow Fist of Fury flying out. This is gonna be big damage into a kick. iFox goes for feign death at the last second. Is iFox playing the Craven Stratagem Legendary? I imagine, yeah, but I just didn't see that shield whenever they went for feign death. Gonna be Sensei going for a bit of a reset with a flash gun behind the pillar. Got himself a lot of damage potentially with the images coming back up very soon. If you get himself also a BDB, he'd been a great spot. Gonna be iFox trying to back up out of there. He's gonna try to see if he can counterattack burst versus Sensei. Do they get a stun to follow up? Looks like iFox is getting kind of low on health. Potentially might be a trinket with a turtle. Sensei could maybe take him out if they get a crit right now. Looks like iFox goes for acceleration with a freezing trap onto Sensei, avoiding all the images. iFox actually goes in for a camo as they have no health whatsoever. The images attacking iFox instead. Oh! With a chi wave taking him down at the very end. The chakra spinning around Sensei. But I don't think it's doing anything anymore. It's just like a visual bug, right? A Sensei trying to see if he can maybe get around. Eventually trying to see if we can get him out in the open. Gonna be a trick available for Sensei. Let's use the human Rachel early, which you might have. Sensei might be locked down pretty hard here. But looks like eventually wasn't able to take him down fast enough with him Shadow Blades. Looks like they're gonna go for a reset. A Sensei drop down the ring of peace around the box. Sab by the rogue as he's looking for a bit of a redo versus Sensei. That was Shadow Blades used. Sensei did not shrink into that kidney. Was that human racial down? Or did he decide not to shrink it? I think actually he just might not have it available. I think he used the human racial earlier versus either. Not a Vinci, but I think maybe, I guess, iFox, so you literally just can't even use that trinket. Gonna be Toxic up next. Got himself full banner, literally dancing around Vinci as they pop an evasion. That's gonna be Toxic, just absolutely blasting out the rogue with the fear to follow. I think Vinci just had a mark for death ready to go versus Toxic. He knows he's gonna be getting shot out of this rogue immediately. Does a trinket? It's gonna be a trinket Blaze Storm immediately. Vinci doesn't get a Blaze Storm right now. If he walks next to Toxic, looks like he's gonna be rolling to get him out. Vinci's right behind him. It looks like Toxic does notice him in the last second, but the blind does separate the two for a moment. At least puts Toxic in a more passive mode. Get a shot, super DR. Da Vinci, did he account for it? I don't know if he accounted for that sound to be super DR, but might be able to shiv and just walk away from Toxic. Could Toxic maybe leap around the corner and catch Vinci with a charge? Trying to see if they can make it happen. Do they get a second one? Does get a slow one to Vinci either way. That's going to be charged to intercept. And second charge to follow him. Wait, you get a second charges now? You play 2 charges? What the? Flesh cut around the pillar as Vinci does. Trying to go for maybe a bit of a reset. Does Devin the stealth. Shadow step around Toxic. And as Toxic realizes what's happened, Vinci's already vanished. He doesn't know where he's at. He could be anywhere. He's going to be getting shot immediately with a Shadow Blades to follow. As Vinci trying to see if he can maybe crack through the tough exterior of Toxic. Toxic trying to go for a whirlwind or a bloodthirst or something, but that's a cheap shot to stop him. Vinci looking for a reset as again goes for that shiv on Toxic just to get himself a reset. That shiv slow is actually so good when you're going for the full reset. Shadow Strike back towards Toxic. He's going to Blaze Storm with an Avatar to follow. Koopa to have some big potential damage. Vinci does get evasion back up. If he can go for that Kyrian Burst onto Toxic while evasion is up, he could deny any damage or healing for Toxic. Looks like the man might be in a bit of trouble as a back-to-back Viscera coming through. Unless Toxic gets over heal, looks like Vinci does end up landing that executive Viscera on him. It looks like Risky is going to be up next, sending out a Judgment onto Vinci with a hard Chipola. Trinket available for the rogue is going to burn a Trinket with an evasion. Looks like Risky is going to back up out of there. with the flash go around the corner, getting interrupted by the rogue, trying not to commit too much damage into Avicii while they got evasion rolling. It's going to be getting shot by the rogue, looking to crack through the defenses of the paladin with back-to-back missiles. Going to be that slime shield to give him a little bit of a survivability and a freedom to keep the paladin moving in order to catch up back to the rogue as judgments are flying through him. It's going to be slow onto Avicii, trying to go for a shadow stepper on Risky. Risky turns around and gets himself a big slammer jammer onto the rogue, and that's going to be shield defended to cover for any assault by the yellow class, but looks like it is going to be a blind to separate the two as Avicii is going for a full-blown reset. Does not want to fight into a paladin with a full shield of vengeance, and is wants to go for a bit of a reset, sap, and a reset on him. Avicii does not have any cooldowns for advantage, so unless he can vanish a go by Risky, he could be in trouble, but he definitely wants to stay aggressive. Going for the kidney shot could potentially be an immunity out of Risky if he gets super low. Still holding on to a trinket. I don't know if he used a human racial already. It's going to be Risky, trying to go for a bit of damage. Still super low in health. Trying to see if he can heal through the damage. Rogue needs to get a crit. Risky could be in big trouble. Does go for a bubble in case things go bad for him. Eventually might just want to vanish out of the Seeing Paladin and try to mount up and potentially pick up the eyes. Risky, at no health whatsoever, had himself the battle match trinket, borrowed health. I don't know so much you can really do about it. Cheap shot onto Fern immediately. That's going to be triggered by the Feral. Trying to go for a main onto Avenger with a convoke. It looks like maybe almost kills him. Does it? They're taking him out with bleeds. And Fern is going to be able to survive the go by the Rogue. Garrod out of You Can't See Me. This is going to try to see if he can maybe meld this Feral Druid. It's going to potentially be a trinket out of the Cyclone. Just to go for it. Looks like he's not going to go for it whatsoever. He plays Risky AF. I mean, that is his name, right? And You Can't See Me does dive into stealth. Garrod into Fern does not get the opener, does not let the Feral land the opener. Gonna be potentially Vendetta, as You Can See Me try to build up some calm points. Fern just staying in bear form. Gonna potentially be a Sepsis go either way. Fern does not have a trinket. Sepsis with a Vendetta does go for Vanish. Fern can still be in trouble. Does try to see if he can maybe get out of the wall. Does this to dispel the Sepsis immediately. Those blades are still rotting down. Looks like You Can't See Me does take him out. Blind in Chicago. This is gonna send out the Ghost Raptors as the trinket out of the blind. And You Can't See Me trying to see if he can bail out of there. He's definitely going to have to play it very CC heavy, very kite heavy. He's going to have to go for a kidney shot on Chicago and maybe just run away. Hit him with a shiv and just run. I think that's exactly what he's trying to do. Just trying to get some dots in there. Evasion's up. Cloak shot is might need to be used immediately. He's going to burn a cloak, but it looks like Chicago does end up hitting him in the back. You can't dodge if you're not facing the enemy. And looks like Chicago does end up taking the Rogue down with Kevin going to be up next. Trying to see if he can go for a big old stone on Chicago. It's sending out the Army of the Dead. Chicago with the Aegis trying to reduce as much of that shadow damage from Kevin as best as possible. Trying to reduce the value of those diseases as the Army of the Undeads join in. Wait, is there Army of the Dead? I think there is. Yeah, there is. I was going to say maybe playing the bargain trade instead. Going to be Kevin trying to see if he can land an execute on Chicago. If he can get Chicago health low enough, that execute could do a lot of damage. But let's Chicago got plenty of survivability. Big LA Blaster fall into Kevin as he just popped every defense available. He's going to be sacrificing his main pet and summon a new one. Definitely needs to use whatever runing power he's got picked up in order to get himself as much self healing as possible versus the damage to Chicago. Trying to go for Deathstrike, but Chicago blasts him out with an LA Blast. Taking him out just like that. Wow, everybody got a chance to play. And eventually just went in for kills back to back as a sub rogue would. With Fern narrowly landing that full Kyrian burst on him. With You Can't See Me absolutely melting the Feral. I don't even know what if I was supposed to. I think you're supposed to trinket, dispel yourself immediately as a Feral. I don't think you can do anything else besides trinket, immediately get that sepsis off of yourself. That's about all you can do. Alright, boys. Well played, everyone. Unless we got another group that wants to go. Maybe give us 5 minutes to see if we can run together. If you guys want to go again, maybe we could give another run. I'm down if you guys are down. Let's see how we do, boys. Because I'm down to go again, dude. I'm down to give it at least one more chance. GG's, thanks so much for coming by, Kyle. Hope you enjoyed yourself. You guys want to go one again? One more? Onomasa, or we done ski? Because I'm fine sticking around. Got a little bit of coffee in here. And what's up, Connor? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. You're down for one more? If the groups are still up, man. Unless the groups fell apart completely. Yeah, Kevin, Chicago, let me know how you guys are doing in groups. Because I'm down to go one more if you guys are down. Kevin's getting his pally? Sounds good. If Chicago's group fell apart, though, we'll call it. If any of the groups fell apart, though, we'll call it there. Because the last one took us a while to get together. Got 4? Wait, Chicago can actually get a +1. It could be good to go. If Kevin still has a 5, man, we can still get it going. I'm down if you guys are down. These are really fun. I've been enjoying these a lot. It's been really fun. I think cross faction definitely adds towards the experience. I just wish we could do custom PvP groups and get a cross faction roll in. Chicago got a 5, man. Let's go. Kyle got 3. All right, we'll give Kevin a chance, like 5 minutes, I think. We'll give Kevin until like 7:15 my time to get a group together. If we can't get a 5-man by 7:15, we'll call it there. But I'm down to wait a little bit because I need 2 more. So if you guys want to join up, Kevin is trying to put a group together. I think also in Raids Legacy still. Yeah, in Legacy Raids. So check out for a group for 5V5 1v1 Duels. Check out a group for 5V5 1v1 Duels in the Legacy Raids. Just type in number 5 in the title and you should be able to see Kevin. We're doing these in Legacy Raids so we can use the cross faction. But Alliance and Horde are more than welcome to join that group, boys. If you guys are watching and you want to join, you're more than welcome to. Dude, hopefully this week or next week, or this upcoming reset, I guess, we get some Dragonflight info. Like, or Season 4 info. I think that'd be awesome to see, because they are nerfing a lot of these raids, man. They're nerfing a lot of these Sepulchre raids, so I wonder if they're nerfing them, and they're making like some of those raids giga nerf, like Anduin Mythic is basically going to be Anduin Heroic, more or less. Like some of the nerfs they've done are like ridiculously big to make the fight a joke. Jailer, like some of these abilities are just going to nerf by raw 33% less damage taken, or less damage done abilities. So maybe you'll be able to go for like a more damage-oriented composition rather than a heal-heavy composition. So you might be able to kill the fight faster and have an easier time with it. And then also they nerfed the nerf Regulon, but I don't really know what mechanic got nerfed for Regulon. It's the... Is it Dark Eclipse? Regulon develops several plays with dark magic, inflicts shadow damage over each second for 18 seconds, explodes with dark corruption upon expiration or death. Wait, is that the ability that's nerfed? Or am I wrong on that? I think it's radiation. Crypto strikes. Massive bang, I don't think it is. Wait. With Dark Eclipse, wait, so what does this do? Hold on. Is that the mechanic that got nerfed? There's some kind of mechanic got nerfed for this guy in particular. But I never really understood it. Oh look. It says even more massive nerfs coming. Alright, Regulon. Dark Eclipse. It's this. Now targets 3 players in Mythic difficulty was 4. Several players with Dark Eclipse inflict shadow damage every second, expose the Dark Corruption explosion upon death. So this is the mechanic where people go down for mechanics. Ah. Wait, so what does this mean instead of 4 players are marked with this, there's now targets 3 players instead of 4? Does that mean 4 players get the debuff and you gotta kill this? Does that mean, wait. Ability to legislate and RMP DPS, I remember? Maybe it is, I'm not sure though. So with this one, with Regulon, what happens is you have these like shimmers that spawn around you, and when you kill them, it creates like an opening. If you have the Dark Eclipse, you go into the opening and you go into the other side of the raid, or other side of the raid room. And when you explode in that raid room, you don't hurt anybody else. But when you're on the upside, when you explode with the Dark Eclipse, you hurt everybody else for a ton of damage to Dark Corruption. It just absolutely kills everybody on Mythic. Yeah, so the damage is like 112k. It's like, it actually just kills everybody, even if you have cooldowns rolling in. So I guess they changed it so instead of 4 players getting this at a time, and then how much to go down in the hole, so the other side of the raid. Instead, it's going to be 3 players. So that means they'll have 4 doors, 3 players that get the debuff. So even if somebody messes up and takes it by accident, you still should have all 3 open. I guess it's going to make it easier, yeah. Because then it's going to be less of like an issue with like killing those, what are they called? Manifestation Cosmos, Unstable Matters. I think it's not Unstable Matter. Or maybe it is Unstable Matters. I'm not even sure. What mob is it? Is it Cosmic Core? No. Is it Quasars? I think it's the Quasars that you gotta kill. So you kill Quasars, they give you an opening, and you can go under on the other side of the raid. Where when you get the Dark Eclipse, you won't kill anybody else around you when it explodes. So I guess they're just letting it so that instead of 4 people getting the debuff, and then try to be super accurate with the portals with Quasars, you get 3, and you only need 3 plus portals, so if one messes up, you still can do it. I guess that's what it is. Because we were raiding yesterday, and we always did have that one person out of the 4 who was messing up this mechanic. Either somebody else went into this portal and he couldn't go in, or they just didn't see it and then decided to just be like, just stand still, not look around. But they could have just left side to the left or side to the right. There's a thing right there. Just go under. But then it's like, oh, I guess somebody took mine. Because normally it's like, okay, those. I guess it's weird to explain the mechanic, but 4 people get it. Basically, the 4 people, there's going to be a front right, front left, back right, back left. And there's 2 extra Quasars that you'll just knock back and we'll use them in the next wave, right? But there's usually like 4 portals will be available. Kill 4 Quasars, front right, front left. Kind of like how one zombie, right? Mozala. Like you have the ports, front right, front left, back right, back left. It's very, very similar to that. But instead of like you go places, you go like on the opposite side of the raid and you kill a mob. 5? Chicago's 5. Does Kevin get 5? This is in custom known Cuban on a multi-core? Ah, it sounds good. Yeah, we'll try to see if Kevin can maybe get some. Oh, it is 7:15, isn't it? I'll give Kevin another minute if you guys get a group up and running. We'll give it another minute, Chicago. So basically there, it'll be like, you have 4 doors and 4 people with a debuff. Front rights, kill the Quasars, go down for early. Back rights, back left, we'll kill the Quasars after, we'll go down. And usually everybody's supposed to help kill Quasars. They don't have that much health, but you do want to kill even more, at least hit him a little bit. To help get people under there, so they don't explode with the debuff that early. So I guess now you only have like front right, front left, you'll go down, which are easy. And then front left, and back right. Sometimes they'll have 2 people like trying to go in the back left together. Or let's say like people are doing back left and back right. And then back right ends up taking the back left can take the back right, but he's like, oh, I guess someone took my back left, I guess I'm just gonna stand still and not run over to the back right. There's always that one person that makes a mistake where it's like you don't have to, but they always do it from our raid yesterday. And I guess that one person, there'll be less of those events. And if let's say there's back right, back left, somebody accidentally walks in, now the portal is closed, and there's a guy out there with a thing that's gonna explode everybody. Like literally physically can't go. I guess it's gonna eliminate those wipes. So actually that's a pretty big nerf. That's a substantial one. Alright, chat. Do we have enough for Kevin? It looks like we got 4. Maybe get a +1. Sweaty. Yo, maybe. In your opinion, was the most underrated spec in Mythic Plus's DPS Power Healer, which is the most DPS underrated spec for all 3 of them. For tanks, I'd say it's Prop Warrior. I want to say Prop Warrior. They're not bad, but they're just not really deemed like super like tanky. But they're not terrible. For healers, I'd say Mistweaver easily. Mistweaver or Death Priest. For DPS, it had to be like Affliction Warlock probably. I don't see Affliction Warlocks ever. I've seen Assassination Rogues push, I've seen Arms Warriors here and there, I've seen Unholy DKs and Keys sometimes, because they can do a bit of AoE, but like I've never seen Affliction Warlocks ever. At some point we did, like in Season 2, they were actually pretty good in AoE, but their tier set doesn't help with AoE that much, they basically just don't even play into that tier set, so they basically don't get any bonuses. Watch you get in here, yeah, I just need a +1. I'd say, let's say wait until 719. When the clock hits 719, then we'll call it there. Demon Hunter Silent Soul, rending 10% leech, plus I reduce from 20 in metamorphosis for 30% leech over any chance and empowered equipment, PvP, PvE. Leech, I don't think is it nerfed in PvP? It may be worth a risk. 5v4 wouldn't be the end of the world if you can get the numbers. I guess if we could, if you want to do it. But I am kind of hungry, chat. I am kind of hungry, so I'm basically ready for a break, ready to get some food. Listen, we've had some fantastic duels this evening, man. Fantastic ones. I feel like that one with the Hunter and Ori took a lot out of me. Either that took a lot out of me, or I'm just so hungry that I'm just out of energy. So it was one of those two. Just come in as a 5th and call it a day. So I don't have like I mean I guess I could, but it's like it wouldn't really work out because I can't really spectator it. I kind of would want to spectator it if I can. We can just call it here, chat. Because I am hungry. I am hungry. And I am feeling a little lightheaded. Do 5v4. We could do a 5v4. I have some people that aren't really worth putting them. I have some people, but aren't really worth putting them against that team. I have same people, but aren't really worth putting them against the team. Set it 4v5, just send it. I mean, Chicago, would you want to do a 4v5? Just send it. Feel out, hey, go eat, man. That's what I was thinking. Maybe like go eat pizza. That was yesterday War Games. Today would be something different. I'm not sure what yet. But that duel with Ori and with Heldrock, dude, I was screaming my head off. I was like, oh my god. Wanted some people to play a game, but then marking them to do is send it. I'll set out. It's like having someone play a game and then marking them when you do. Marking them when you do. Oh, okay. Taco Bell. Oh, Taco Bell sounds amazing, actually. I love me some Taco Bell. I love me some of that. Then the fight is to be featured on YT. Yeah, that one has to be, dude. Yeah, Ori popping off, and then you have Ori absolutely pop it off, and then you have Heldrock absolutely just bring it back. Marksman being an absolute god. All right, Chad, we got one more for the night. This is gonna be the last one this evening. Sending out a 4v5, boys. Again, please. Yeah, I can queue again. We can just queue at 4v5. Please don't tell me it's bugged. Blizzard, please don't bug out for me. Blizzard, please. Blizzard, please don't bug out for me. Blizzard? Re-queue? Yeah, queue broke. Yeah, queue broke. Alright, maybe this will work. And if you guys don't mind, I'll probably restart this song, this whole mix. There's like 3 songs in one, and I love them. Because the way they go one after the other, it is just, it gets the hype going. I didn't I can't get because I'm lightheaded as hell. Okay, maybe this will work now. Trying again, boys. Goddamn chalupas and fire sauce. Oh yeah, dude. I love me some chalupas. God damn, I love me some burritos, chalupas, dude. Get a steak in there. Ooh, beautiful. Put that spicy sauce on there, dude. The hottest you got. Make it burn my mouth. Love it. I love it. Alrighty, boys. Last one this evening. Thank you so much for joining me in the 5v5 1v1 Duels. It's been super fun hanging out with all of y'all. I've got food on my mind at this point, so let me just restart this song. Let me just rewind if you guys don't mind. Get back in at least. Last one of the night. Switch. We got ourselves Team 1 together with Ferg as a Feral Druid. We got Sensei on that Windwalker. We got ourselves Swippy going up for the Feral. We got Toxic on that. Is that a full Alliance team, actually? It is a full team Alliance. You got the cross faction, and yeah, we got a full team of Alliance in here, dude. What is this? We got ourselves Team 2 together with iFox as a Survival Hunter. We got ourselves I am Ziffy as a Sub-Rogue with a... Oh, goodness. Dude, what is that effect? Wait, whoa. Joe Rogues are walking in. Which one is it? Which one is first? It looks like Ziffy is going to be first up, I guess. Dude, look at that enchant on that blade. It just like sits on like the tip of the enchant. I don't know if I like it or not. The dagger I think is mostly fine, but the tip of the enchant looks kind of funky, doesn't it? But it looks cool when you shadow strike. Man, it looks like you just slice through a druid. Let's go to Ziff first up, going for a cheap shot versus Squippy. Got us as Kevin Landers on that turn, and we got Can't See Me. Look at the stealth out. Wait, are you undead on that thing? You are! Oh, that's even better. I thought you were orc for some reason. Undead look awesome. I know the orc got a racial that's really good in PvP, but undead look absolutely fantastic. Gonna be a reset as I am Zephy. Is looking for a bit of a re-go versus the Feral Druid. No Shadow Blades this time. But is gonna go for the cheap shots back-to-back roar by the Feral Druid. Is going to go for a bit of a re-heal bash on Ziffy, trying to go for a big combo. He's going to force out a chicken out of the rogue. Immediately going to be evasion. As soon as that happens, Squippy looking to maybe go for a bit of a reset back in the bear form. I think he's just going to sit it out until they got yet another combo versus Ziffy. Because getting that stun, getting the chicken out of the rogue, that's easy. Because now you're just going to build up calm points, get a maim, and the next combo I think is going to be over unless the rogue can counter you. He is an orc, so maybe he'll sit stuns a little bit less long, but you're going to have to get a full stun on this rogue if you want to give yourself a proper go. Big bite on Ziffy, as Swippy is just going to get some dots in it, get a root, and he's going to go for a reset. Let this dots word down this rogue a little by little. I like your shoulders, by the way. Are those WAD? Those look fantastic. Try to see if you can sprint over to Swippy. Swippy hits him with the stun. Just try to see if you can keep the bleeds rolling. Trying to control the rogue as best as possible. Sipping up from the Kyrian comes out for Ziffy. Does remove the bleeds, but I think it's going to be thrashed by the bear form. Getting shot onto Swippy. That's going to be a Barskin with a Frenzy Region. Looks like he may be playing the tanky legendary, as I'm seeing a Frenzy Region while Barskin is up. If Swippy goes back into bear form before Barskin falls off, do we see a Frenzy Region? Maybe not. Maybe it was something else. Maybe emergency heal. I doubt it. Gonna be a blind onto Swippy. Is out of bear from potentially could be the go-to by the rogue. Does not have a trinket, so maybe Swippy, if he has himself a big go versus the rogue, trinket, hit the rogue with a maim, potentially could be massive. As if it no longer has the resonator, so it's going to be a good portion of his burst just out of the window. Cheap shot. It's going to be immediate trinket by Swippy into potentially a go. Bash into Zippy with a berserk. Full convoke. Doesn't give him a chance. I think his mana is going to melt either way. Doesn't have an advantage, but it looks like the dots are going to rot him out. You did the very best, but that berserk together with convoke not giving you much of a chance there. That bleed to follow up this big burst was just fantastic amount of damage that makes Feral Druid super bursty for PvP. We got us his iFox looking for Swippy. Hopefully he might be able to sweep him out of here. We're looking for that eyeball, and that's going to be Swippy. Did just use a lot of his offensives. No more trinket available either. So Firefox, if he has himself a proper setup as like a Venti or a Necrolord, he could potentially get a nice setup. Next stun could be deadly. If Swippy does not have a pre-wall for it, or if he doesn't have a bear form bar skin ready for it, could be in a bad spot. Looks like Firefox is just going to manage himself back up, and it's going to be a route onto the bed, and Swippy looking for a bit of a reset. Potentially get himself a vanish. That's going to be a freezing trap to stop him. Going to be potentially a stun right here. If Ivax has himself the biggest damage possible, a stun and big burst could be huge. Does get a flake shot on. There's going to be some grenades thrown in Swippy. This is going to be a serpent sting on top of it. If you can only get the pet over there and get that stun outline inside, he'll be in a fantastic spot. Those kill shots of the bleed are going to add some impactful damage to Swippy. He's in bear form, so Barskin is going to be huge. I think he's ready to take a leg of those, so he might not die while in bear form. Firefox has to wait out for a bit. It's going to be big convoke to the hunter. Does check it out with a freezing trap. Does it look like he was getting lucky? The pet is right next to iFox. There's always a chance the pet eats a portion of that convoke, but those bites were tried and true, hitting iFox every single time. Going to be some traps going to set up with a charge up, skill trap. Not really stopping Swippy. He's going to be able to roar iFox out as his power shifts out of the root. It's going to be a cycle to follow. Swippy is just going to build some call points off the pet. Potentially go for a maim onto iFox if he wants to, or just get some ribs, get some bites in it instead. Freezing trap is going to stop him in place for a second. iFox with a flame shot. Grenades are firing out. Again, needs to land a stun to Swippy in case he wants to be able to potentially take the Feral out. Disengaging towards the pillar. I don't think he meant to do it like that though. Kill shot to Swippy, maybe to follow. Does not have a convoke. Trying to see if he might be able to get some column points. Looks like he's going to back up out of the quick roar. Again, just trying to control the hunter as best as he can. The Magus of Frostwolf set. Oh, is it really? Oh, that's really good. That looks awesome actually. I didn't realize it was like the Garrison mod was like that high quality. I don't think I've ever seen it. I played Alliance a lot back in WoD. That looks awesome though. I think I'm gonna go back and get it at some point, maybe. Now that I have some Hordes. I don't know if I have a proper Garrison anymore on any of my characters. Gonna be a big burst out of Swippy as he's saying, you know, from the corner. It's gonna be Convoke, but I think Convoke went mostly into the pet. The pet absolutely ate the full Convoke while Swippy was rooted, but he's still gonna be able to jump over to the Hunter and bite his head off, dude. He was just stuck in a corner, and I think the Hunter was literally landing inside of him by a pixel. So that Convoke went straight into the pet, but still Swippy had a couple bites back to back, and without a pet to really give you a defensive. The Hunter had nothing left, so I guess it kind of worked out for him really, really well either way. That's going to be Kevin trying to see if he maybe can get himself a Shield of Vengeance together with Flash Guy. Maybe if he catch up to Swippy, he might be able to get him out and maybe use that Shield and the Shield of Vengeance to pop the damage back off into Swippy. But looks like Swippy just going to wait it out completely. It's Kevin losing his Shield of Vengeance shield, still holding on to his big Flash Drive shield. Stunned to Swippy immediately, does not have a trinket. Does Kevin go for the big go? Potential take down the Feral on a single sweep. Does he do it? I think he tried to maybe get himself a war stun potentially. Got himself the big hammers loaded up. Swippy, if he gets back out in front of Kevin, that could be a really big go. That's going to be a freshness shield crafted by Kevin. So he got himself a lot of that survivability back on the table. Going to be yet another opener by the pet. Well, by the Feral with the Convoke. And Kevin has a lot of that Flash Guard shield absolutely just devoured by the Feral. Called up a pet for a second here. I guess in a sense, a Feral can be a Hunter's pet if you play 3v3s. At that point, like if you're survival, you're basically a Beastmaster survival. You got a bonus pet. That's a really powerful one. Thorns are up for Squippy. Kevin better be careful with those thorns. It's gonna get him some I-4-9. It's gonna be also an auto attack proc in the Crusade, proc in them wings with the Aura of Recklessness, Aura of Reckoning, actually. Got that wrong. Gonna be a Skull Bash on the Squippy, trying to deny Kevin any kind of healing. Not gonna have the damage to follow up, maybe like a Convoke or anything like that. Gonna be Kevin trying to see if he can get himself a bit of resources and maim it to Kevin. Is there a Convoke to follow? Looks like Squippy just going in for maybe a big old bite. Looks like it's gonna be just dots. It's gonna be a root onto Kevin. Does not even have freedom. Looks like it is gonna break the root. The dots do eventually work him down. That's gonna be Squippy taking a bit of back-to-back hits from Kevin. That's going to be quite a bit of AoE, quite a bit of that last verdict. Kevin's next auto attack could potentially activate wings. It could potentially be a huge Crusade go. Squippy just going to try to see if he can bail out of it. Definitely going to have to get an opener versus Kevin. Kevin knows he's out here. The Consecration doesn't quite get him. Squippy does go for a bash, not an opener, not proper one. Bubble for Kevin. Does get him some wings. And Squippy just going to turn around, tuck tail, power shift out of him, and just get the hell out of there immediately. Trying to see if he may be able to skull bash Kevin. Does Kevin have full wings? It's going to be all the bleeds from Berserk. Unless Kevin has himself the biggest defenses, there's only so much you can really do. That's to take it down on him. Shield defense is going to absorb a lot of the damage. I-4 is going to reduce some of the physical damage he takes. I don't know if I-4 now works on auto attacks and hits, or does it apply for bleeds too? Next auto by Kevin is going to activate wings. If he has a Hodge for Squippy, it is going to be tricky out of the feral, but maybe he still could have a surprising bit of damage or survivability. Trying not to auto attack Squippy just yet. There goes the wings. The Squippy is going to trinket out of it. Those are not real wings, just a proc of wings though. So Squippy, I think Kevin might actually have some proper wings in a bit here. Potentially, or was it real wings? Was it real wings inside of Crusade? Might have actually been real wings then. Might have actually been solid wings. It's going to be Squippy trying to see if he can soul shape out of that. Does catch a reset with a flash of light for Kevin. It's just trying to see if he may be able to somehow turn this duel around versus Squippy. Trying to see if he can land a rake opener. Does not get one through due to Consecration. That's going to be a blessing protection, stopping a lot of that Convoke burst and a cycle and getting interrupted. Kevin trying to see if he can keep the damage slamming versus the Druid, but I don't really know if he can continue that much longer. He does have a trinket back up, so potentially could trinket go from Squippy next time. If he has an interrupt available for a Convoke, he could be in a decent spot. Throws up for Squippy. Kevin better be very careful with his health. Trying to make some damage happen versus Squippy, but it's going to be a slime shield. Proc for him. Acid dip slow. Got himself the I-4-9 in case Squippy got more damage. That's going to be a potential reset by the Feral. Skull bash into Kevin. Does he have a flesh cut back up? Trying to see if he can get himself some damage. Definitely needs to have a go versus Squippy at some point. Wings not available for a while. Next auto attack is going to activate Wings though. If he has himself a good go, this could potentially be huge. Trying to see if he can cast in front of Feral's face. Hodge, does he have himself a good go? Next auto attack proccing. Potentially big damage. Squippy does take a bunch of damage out of nowhere. But he does survive it. Bear form, Barskin wall, and looks at Kevin trying to see if he can stay on him. And Squippy is going to try to go for a bit of a reset himself. Kevin needs to go for E-heal. Skull bash is going to be deadly. Does he have a flesh cut back up? Bash, good trinket. It's going to be trinket. Interrupt and then Convoke immediately. Kevin popping a heal. Mad bite out of the Feral. Could potentially be Berserk very soon. Squippy got a Berserk in like 30 seconds. Less than that, actually. So Kevin, next go. If you don't have a bubble, you don't have a trinket, you don't have anything. You have yourself the next auto attack is going to proc wings, so you have to make sure you're topped off, because Berserk and Convoke is just going to be deadly. Hell, just Berserk by itself could be deadly. That bleed with a rake and everything could be just all to deal with. Trinket back up for Feral in case he wants to use it. Shield advantage for Kevin. Hodge onto Squippy. Next auto attack is probably going to proc damage. Is going to at least be able to maybe use the swings defensively. Looks like he wants to try to stay aggressive here, as the bleeds are just rotting right through him. Has the I-4-9 in case he wants to. Is going to catch himself a heal. Definitely better pre-use a defensive. Skull bash. Not a stun. Next stun is going to be really deadly. Flash cut may be able to give you enough survivability for the next Convoke go by Squippy, but without a bubble, bop, or anything, it might be a tough situation to be in. Kevin does at least pick up the eye. Next auto is going to activate Wings. Potentially could maybe go for, I was going to say maybe I-4-9. Big Convoke and it's over. He just did not give this man a chance. With You Can't See Me. Get an opener onto Squippy. No way for him to stop it. I don't even know if Squippy got a bar skin. I think it was the only thing that may be able to even save him. Does not have a trinket. I think it's going to be potentially full go. Vendetta, Sepsis, everything. Vanish, trying to see if he could rot him down. Squippy does go down with a Fedoness at the end. Absolutely nothing he can do against this Rogue Burst. With Chicago, oh, no, Chicago, actually Toxic up next. Are you Elemental Shaman now? I think it may be. No, I saw Kieran told him earlier, so I thought maybe you were Ellie, but I think you're literally Enhancement Kieran, which is interesting. I wonder if that could actually ever work. Can't See Me is going to be next versus Toxic. Toxic, you can sign it with Blazestorm to follow. You Can't See Me does pop an evasion a little bit later though, and it's actually a good portion of the damage is getting evaded. Fear is going to be triggered out of You Can't See Me, trying to see if you can bail away from Toxic with that soul shape. That's going to be charged around the corner with a leap. Toxic trying to stay on top of You Can't See Me as best as possible, not letting this throw go anywhere at all. He has nothing charged, it does end up taking him out, not giving him a chance to really do much. Absolutely just blasting through him, dude. Blasting through him with a Feral Druid taking off 3. The Rogue shutting him down, and the Warrior just slamming the boy into the ground. Super, super unfortunate, but they did the best they could, dude. I mean, I think it's a Feral with a tank Lego too, right? So there's only so much you can do there. What the heck? Yeah, Fear Warrior damage is pretty up there. How many charges? I think he's playing the double charge build. I don't think he's playing a Healy build. I think he literally got 2 charges. He got also in Reckless Abandon, Raging Blows become Crushing Blows, which gives like a pseudo charge, like rushes you to the target, kind of like a Monk with a jab Lego. It's very similar in that regard. It's like very similar playstyle, very similar mechanic. But yo, boys, I think with that one, I'm gonna get some food. Cassie is putting me on this job, bro. What's up, Keka? Yeah, boys. I think everybody here did a fantastic job tonight, boys. I enjoyed these duels, man. This is super fun to watch, man. I'm gonna get myself food though. I'm at that point where my brain is just so airheaded, dude. I gotta get myself something to eat, man. Boys, thank you so much for joining. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much, everybody, for participating tonight. Super fun hanging out with all of you. Remember, every single weekend, Friday EU Duels, Saturday NA, cross faction, so anybody and everybody can join up. I'm gonna be posting the communities for both EU and NA, unless you can do both. Then figure something out. Maybe I can just do one community for EU and NA to put also all of you in one. But yeah, we're gonna try to see if we can put our communities together for 5v5 duels, so we can have maybe an easier time sending out invites. Everybody should join community if you're looking to play in the duels. Definitely join the community whenever I post it, whenever I make them. But yeah, thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. You guys are awesome. Super fun hanging out with all of you. You guys are great. And yeah, thank you. Dude, I'm airheaded, man. I gotta get some food. I just gotta go. Thank y'all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I'll see you guys Monday, because Sunday is the day off for me. Tomorrow's the day off, so we're just gonna be chilling, getting some work done, playing some games and stuff, just hanging out. Hopefully we'll see some World of Warcraft updates in the next few days, boys. Or if anything, like some big ones, big announcement next few weeks. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'll see you guys on Monday for that almost reset, getting some alts finalized out of the way before the Tuesday reset, and then Tuesday night we're diving back into the raid, trying to see if we can kill down Reggie, and then working down Jailer, and hopefully we'll maybe get some decent, maybe we'll get a kill on Reggie, get decent prog on Jailer, and hopefully we'll kill him sometime soon, man, and the tier will be over. Because I'm ready for that Season 4, dude. I'm ready for the Season 4 announcement. Like I said, Season 4 in 2 weeks, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if I didn't get Cutting Edge and Jailer. Wouldn't be mad because I'm excited for Season 4 Mythic Pluses in general. Absolutely just excited. I just came in here leaving Oscars. We've been here for the full 2 hours. A little more than that, man. What do you mean? We've been doing our duels the whole time. You gotta pop in 2 hours earlier, my guy. Worst to worst, we'll have all the best moments of the duels as videos on the channel. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much for popping in. You guys are amazing. Super fun hanging out with all of you. And I'll see you boys all in the next stream. Alrighty, boys. Peace.
I can show you what love's supposed to be.